important, and they would move the desks into that. He had to have a custom desk for school.
That sounds like a good deal of the minute.
I was like,
Shh, Ivy's telling a story.
Shh.
I'm sorry. My husband's talking to me.
No.
Our
Finish-
husband.
Ooh, hi, husband.
Finish your
Our-
story, Ivy.
Tell our
No,
husband we say
that was
hi.
basically it. It's just how tragic it was that my coworker doesn't understand who Meatloaf was. That's
Sad.
tragic.
That's so sad.
If you don't know who Meatloaf is, Ivy is sad for you.
Like, get out of my house.
Get like a bat out of hell.
Like a bat out of hell.
As an
Get out of
artist
my
and a performer,
Get
Meatloaf.
like a bat out of hell.
like a bat out of hell.
I'm hearing.
Someone's got echo. Is it,
Yeah.
It's me.
is it you?
No.
Sphinx said bat out of hell like 4 times.
Yeah.
Okay,
good.
I know what it was. I didn't mute the tab.
I gotcha. Anyway, hi everyone. Hi, how's everyone doing tonight? Everyone having a good time?
I'm so
Mhm.
excited.
M is actually in cosplay.
Yes,
so
I had the
exciting.
spoons.
It's a spoon day. I didn't
A
even check if it
major
was a
spoon
bones
day.
day yet or not. So
It was
Yeah, I
a
didn't
bones
check.
day. Noodle woke up and chose violence today. He went on a walk and his tail was wagging like a propeller. He was
Nice.
I
Get
love
it,
Noodle
Noodles.
so much. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, today is not only a Bones Day, but it is a Tuesday, and that means it is time for us to engage in another session of trying to survive in a world of darkness. Tonight we were playing our Emerald Sanctums Chronicle. It is what they call an open World of Darkness game. And it's also called a Orphans World of Darkness game. And it basically is a situation where we take all the different tropes in World of Darkness, vampires, werewolves, mages, fae, and instead of what they normally do, which is have them stay within their little groups and not engage with each other, we actually play all of them with different characters. So, tonight we are continuing this saga as our heroes. When you play people that eat people, it's hard to call them heroes.
Not that again.
Yeah, Pandora's all like, I only chewed.
I gnawed a little bit. I didn't eat.
It was just a taste.
Oh, whatever, Vera.
It wasn't a good taste, but it was a taste.
It was a taste. It was a taste.
So, we are going to be playing World of Darkness, which is a system created by White Wolf Games. We are playing what they call the 20th anniversary version, which basically just means that we are playing the older rules moved up into a modern setting. These originally came out in the early 90s, so a lot of things have changed. And so we will be going ahead and starting that in just a few moments. But first, I wanted to say, oh hey, Crypt Walker. I always wanted to say hello to my amazing group of players and see how everyone's doing today. Let's start with Jonathan. Jonathan, how have you been today?
I've been good today.
How's your week been?
It's a great week. I'm off work, so
True.
I get to do everything I want to do without having to worry about anything else going on. It's just like a me week.
There's no better week than a me week. And I'm glad
Yep.
you get one, and I hope you enjoy it. And we will be moving in the end of summer, and we expect you to come help us. So, just letting you know.
Wow.
You don't have to come help. You know I'm not going to do anything either.
I
I'm
don't
old,
mind
and
helping. It's just I don't know if that's going to work out logistically, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
I'll
No, I was
help.
going to say, I'm fat, I'm old, and I finally have money, so no, I will not be moving a damn thing. I'm
I'll
going to literally
help.
pull my recliner out in my front yard, kick it back, and pay a bunch of young guys to move all my shit while I drink beer and laugh at them.
Nice.
I'm young and can sort of qualify as a guy. I'll help.
Oh, God.
If you want to come down, you can come down anytime you want to.
I qualify as a guy if you squint. I can help.
Milagros. Oh, and Jonathan, who are you going to be playing today?
I am playing Mark. Mark is a werecat who is also akin to the Fae, so he has a little bit of Fae relations too. Mark has been having a great time with all of the traveling and stuff like that, and just got to witness this huge argument go down between Pandora and our host, and also Vera. Like there was yelling at everybody. It's all been captured in both video and in pictures, and I've sent it all to the group chat, which makes it even better because you can't see Vera in these pictures. So I'm having a blast with that. It's like Pandora's yelling at Vera. See, click, and then send.
Yeah, that's gonna go great.
Vera's putting her bag in the trunk. See, it's just like a floating bag, like walking to the car.
And because Mark has consumed Vera's blood, and Vera happens to be a vampire, vampiric blood in this game is insanely addictive, and it causes the person who consumes it to be pretty much, it's not necessarily in love, but fairly obsessed
It's
with
the simplification.
the simplification. Yes, well, as
everything in the air. Well, bot is a loose term. Let's walk back the word bot. I acquired lots of gifts at the airport gift shop.
that is very true. There was no purchases involved, really.
But you know what? I went to the counter and I was allowed to leave without having to pay for it. So
whose fault is that, really?
yeah, I mean, the airport workers should either do a better job or not be able to be affected by my supernatural abilities.
Yeah, you gotta make sure that when the world thinks supernaturals don't exist, you account for them in your security plan.
You should account for them, and you should make sure that you're paying and hiring people that like can resist supernatural influence.
Yeah, I mean,
otherwise, this is the kind of thing that happens. Like $300 worth of merchandise that's only actually worth $40 gets stolen.
well, everyone knows that prices go up once it's inside the airport.
That's true. That is fact.
What will they ever do other than sell 3 magazines to offset the cost?
I'm still mad they made me empty out my emotional support water bottle for security.
Milagros, how are you doing? Do you have your emotion? Is that your emotional support water bottle?
Yes, this
There
is
you
my
go.
emotional support water bottle. I've had it for 6 years. It came with me abroad, and one of these dents is from when I dropped it in a subway station in Berlin. True story.
True story.
They had to get a worker to fish it out for me.
And you were like, I'm not leaving without it.
I'm not leaving without it.
I don't care if there's a train coming. Get down there.
Give me a rope, a lasso, I'll do it. I'm feeling pretty good. I went to a doctor's appointment this morning and got my eyes dilated. So I couldn't go to class.
Which started a whole conversation in Discord, which ended up discussing Fire in the Sky. I don't know how that happened. That was weird.
No idea.
Fire in the Sky is in the movie?
Yeah?
Yeah.
You need to pay attention to Discord more.
It was really funny. It's the first time I've had an eye exam in years and years. But yeah, it was a perfect excuse to get out of class because I am now in the very, very end home stretch of my senior year, and I don't give a shit anymore. And
Neuritis, baby.
the email that I sent my professors, because I could see stuff far away, but I couldn't read anything on my phone. So I was just typing blind, but I have the keyboard memorized, so it was not too many typos. But I sent my professors this email just riddled with typos because I was one letter off or something on the train. And so I wrote them an email that was cabbed C. Hi, so sorry. I went to doctor, just super fucked up. It was I got my eyes depleted because autocorrect didn't know what I was trying to say.
I was going to say, and you know what? You know what the worst thing about that situation is? That would still be easier to read than if you tried to do text to speech.
Yeah, and both of them responded oh yeah, take care of yourself, because it looked like I was having a stroke. I was trying to type out this email. So I didn't go to class. I took a nap instead and did some homework. So I'm rested and I'm ready to gay panic for you all.
Oh, the gay panic is gonna be massive.
Excited.
Sphinx,
Yes.
how's it going, sir?
It's going all right. Now I was already kind of in the middle of an existential crisis. Now it's been made worse by mere mention of fire in the sky. Now I feel than I already felt. Damn.
Oh,
I'm
At
hydrate.
least you know who Meatloaf is.
He's turning to dust as we speak.
I know who he is, and I enjoy his tunes. That's what's important.
If he just wasn't an old crazy fucker. Well, was.
Yeah, there's that.
And Sinks, who are you? Sorry, Milagros, who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Pandora, our Black Fury, allegedly werewolf.
Oh, don't worry, that's coming.
And yeah, bro, I need a gift. Like, it's gonna take me 3 years, but I need to start on that.
You know, you could get all of that done in an hour if you went a different route that way.
Anyway, there's no possible way.
You just might have to talk to somebody.
I mean, if only you knew somebody
Yeah,
that might actually be talented or gifted in this aspect of life.
If only.
And works for
there's no
tuna.
way- There's absolutely no way to do it any faster.
I mean, I feel like Mark wouldn't even ask for tuna if, Pandora just admitted that she needed him.
I'm sorry. Has hell frozen over?
I don't think it has.
Listen,
Wait.
The bat is still
already
leaving,
talking
so
to
no.
Vera. That's what.
Pandora is talking to Vera. That's step one.
Not even talking. Like, not even talking.
And that's-
There's been words exchanged. Full-on sentences.
Exactly.
And she's obsessed with Vera now. What's Vera doing? Where's Vera? Vera, get in the car.
You don't want to talk. You're one to talk.
Yay, get the
Oh my god, I'm so like. I have a
Okay.
friend that watches all of my Discord like statuses. That's like her favorite part of the week at this point because I always quote these games and then I get to recap them to her. But yeah, what is Pandora up to? Just gay panicking full time at this point. She should put it on her resume. This is all she does.
I honestly feel like Vera slipped Pandora some blood either intentionally or accidentally, and
She
we just
didn't
don't know
have
about
to.
it
She
in
just
game.
found out she's gay. That's enough.
But it feels much more like the other.
It's the epic gay panic.
That's the lesbianism.
Emotional panic.
Emotional
Panic.
panic.
Sphinx, who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Mr. Emerus Grant, our Order of Hermes mage. He is the group dad and boomstick of the group.
That's all true. And Ivy. Ivy, how are you, Ivy?
I'm good. I'm
Hey.
excited for today's session.
Ivy, you should be taller.
I should be.
Be
I already
a
give off,
baller.
I already give off the tall girl energy, so it's fine.
Yeah, she does.
Trick everyone.
So, and how was your week?
It was good so far.
Everything going as planned?
Yep. So far,
Perfect. So far, so amazing.
I put in my 2 weeks notice on Friday.
This Friday?
Yep, this past Friday.
Oh, thank you very much for the
Hell
anonymous
yeah.
cheer for following. Or for cheering, I mean. I'm good at this talk stuff.
You talk real good.
I talk the gooder. And Ivy, who are you playing tonight?
Yeah, I'm playing Vera Rola. She is a Lasombra vampire. She is our failed nun and apparently recently discovered gay.
Recently discovered gay.
Since she knew. Yeah, she's
You should just asked Emerus. Emerus would have told you.
Emerus would have told you. Okay.
But asking is too obvious.
Oh, Emerus is going to have some things to tell her.
Oh god.
certainly.
I've been like emotionally preparing myself for a really long work. Like, okay, got stream tonight. Okay. Let's
Breathing
go.
exercises, like center yourself, get a singing bowl, like
Yeah, I know it's like center.
Our lovely failed
unique
nun.
New York, unique New York.
She's our lovely failed nun, best friend to Emery's vampire. She's a time. She's great.
She is amazing.
We're fine.
And my wife is still working on a character. She has now changed characters 4 times. but
Like you do.
like you do. But she and Jonathan spent some time working on a character today, and I think she really likes this one. So we might actually have her locked into something. So we will be revealing that soon enough. But before that, M is in cosplay.
I am. PJs, but
It's comfy PJs. Hey, there's a wig involved. It's cosplay.
there is, and actually I have all of her makeup on, but lighting
Yeah,
horrible.
in freckles.
But-
And the locket, which needs to go. You saw my comment on your TikTok.
Yes, I did. I object.
Oh, I should have put Shrek voice. Damn it.
I've had a good day today.
Good. That's amazing, and I'm gonna ruin it all.
That's fine. I have the spoons for it.
Then this is a good day to do it.
Today is a good day to die.
It is.
It's actually today is just a good day to cry. So
Yeah,
M,
the altered Klingon problem.
Yeah.
I'm already dead. Just
I know I was gonna say Vera has met the quota. So what is she gonna do?
cry.
Cry.
She's gonna be gay and get in the car.
There, you know what? There you
Get in
are.
the car.
That's all that really needs to be said about that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so M, who are you playing tonight?
I will be playing Lady Rosaline. She is our lovely she who is having an existential crisis as to everything that is going on in the courts currently, and constantly getting some advice from Emery's about Finian.
Hey,
And what does that advice
Hey.
consist of?
smooching.
Smooching.
And the best one, you two should get married. I think you two should have kids.
No, it wasn't. It was more like, hey, are you guys planning on having kids?
I know. It was even worse than I think you guys should have kids. It was more like, how many kids are you planning on having? And what's worse is he asked that of Finn, not of you.
Yeah, we met a wraith.
Yes. We-
And I think we're about to leave the meeting. Oh yeah, and Rosaline found out about Vera still loves you, and I'm like, what?
No. He didn't say Vera. He said she still
She
loves
still
you.
loves you.
And you said what?
What?
And it was moved past. Like,
You know, you gotta keep the story flowing.
Yeah.
Emotional
Yes,
panic
we're going
is
to court
good.
and I might get married. Let's go.
yeah. I didn't even realize it's Vera yet. And
Yeah.
that's gonna be a time.
Yes, and Jessica wanted to point
Actually,
out.
what I have planned in the car.
Oh boy. I'm gonna be scared now. But Jessica was just saying in chat that she's like, my makeup's still coming in for her cosplay. So, yes. But I will hold you to the fact that you literally are still putting dots on a piece of paper right now. Alright, so, when we left off... Oh, I forgot. Almost forgot. Totally forgot. If you guys follow us here on Twitch, all you have to do is give us a follow. You will be automatically entered to win this, which is our D&D 5e set of Collector's Edition core books. Player's Handbook, Monster's Manual, DMG, plus the GM screen in that sleeve. I've said that like 5 million times now. We already gave one of these away because we got to 100 followers, or 100 subscribers on YouTube, which let us brand the channel, and we're so thankful to you guys for the help on that. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers here, and if you follow us here, that's all you have to do to be entered in this contest. So if you do not follow us yet, please follow us now. It's also the only way you can comment in chat, which is very important to another contest we do. Because at the break... Okay, the books don't want to work now. It worked to turn it on, but now it worked to turn it off. So at the break, we are going to be giving away a mini. Now, we're going to give you a mini away from this set made by Archvillain Games. Now, here's the kicker. If we just get to the break and we're going to give away one of the minis in the first 2 rows of minis. Now, we've already given away Ariel the Holy, the Bodok, and I do believe the Doom Skull that's flying on the right-hand side at the center. So, a Bane Demon, not Doom Skull. And so, those have already been given away. But here's the kicker, and this is something I'm adding in. It's new. If any one of our shows we can get to a hype train, just a hype train, we will give away Adamal, Seneschal of Orcus. So that will be given away at the break instead of another mini. If we ever get to like a completed hype train, we will give away Orcus. So if you guys want to chance of that, get your friends in here. To get to a hype train, you have to have donated subs, you have to have donated bits, and once they get, it's not very much to get a hype train, but to get a level 5 hype train, I think that's the highest, isn't it? Level 5 or level 6? I can't ever remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But if you get to that point, we will give away Orcus at the break. That's not counting the when we're going to give away Orcus at the a little bit later on in the month. So for my birthday, yes, Orcus. But so that's just another thing for you guys to look into. And Milagros, are you having fun?
Having the time of my life.
Oh, thank you very much for. Oh well, thank you very much, baby.
Yay! Thank you, Jess.
Tons of subs getting us, so that's step one. If you guys want to do any of that to support us, that's always appreciated. We love and thankful for the support, but you don't have to. We're always going to at least give away that mini at the break. And of course, if you follow us way over on TikTok, we also have this being given away at 1K. This is a 3D printed dice tower. It's 4 stories tall, 9 inches wide, about 11 inches tall in general. And this thing, it breaks down to component parts. I actually have a video on our TikTok where I broke it all the way down and broke one of the floors down. And so you can see how easily it comes apart, goes together. And this is a great centerpiece for a table, and or it's a great centerpiece for a D&D game. You'll be getting this exact one. It's spray painted white already, so all you have to do is paint it. And I'll be sending it out to one winner when we hit 1,000 on TikTok. We're at 890 something, so we're just about 100 away. So if you guys want to help us out with that, we'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want to help us out even more, you can find the videos that I made about the tower and duet them or stitch them in or just reshare them and give our information out. That way we can get that to that point much even faster. So that is all I have to say about that. Thank you, everyone, for all the love and support. We appreciate everything you do. But as I've always said, we're small creators. So if you guys give us just follows, we love that. If you watch the show, we love that. And if you participate in chat, we love that even more, because this is a show about entertaining you guys as well as entertaining ourselves. And we love to hear the facts that you guys are enjoying things. So do not be afraid to speak up in chat. We might be in an intense scene and not be able to directly interact, but we will eventually say hi. And remember, in chat, you can also use your stream points and bits to influence scenes in the game by affecting roles that may be pivotal to the character's successes or failures. Because you can support any one of the PCs, but you can also support any NPC, including the villains. Hey, I need support too.
Support the NPCs for sure, not the bad guys.
The bad guys are still NPCs.
I know that. That's why I'm differentiating.
They're NPCs. M for malicious.
There you
Help
go.
Penny. Help Penny. Just help Penny.
It's help
Yeah,
Penny.
honestly, help Penny. She needs all the help she can get. All the help.
She's kind of a walking disaster.
She's
Huh?
a mess. I love her. She's a mess.
It's
Well-
taking all of our attention to keep her from dying. And that's like, what, 5 dedicated people just like keeping her out of trouble? And it's still not successful?
Dude, it's the best thing.
Kind of successful.
It is the best thing ever.
You know, the real theme of this game is don't have kids.
Oh, God!
But everybody's getting it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan speaks for himself, not for the show.
I mean, I'm not gonna have kids either, but
This is like a 2 sides to points.
I feel like that's an accurate theme that we're manifesting here, though. Like
I mean, like, you're not
everything-
wrong.
I can't.
You're an adult.
or
You're
maybe-
in college.
or maybe the theme is kids at work. Kids at work.
Well,
Kids
let's
can be
get to
adults.
let's get to the other main theme of adulting: relationships or work. Rosaline.
Yeah. I'm already getting dark. Here we go.
You went to all the trouble of cosplaying. Of course I gotta beat up on you first.
Sphinx, stop!
You actually cut out there a little bit, and what'd you say?
The best part was that you got so high pitched it cut out.
your noise canceling canceled you.
No, Sphinx did an eyebrow waggle and had to do it for like, there it is.
Okay. Alright. We're fine. Alright. So, you guys left off, were you guys still in the office? I'm sorry.
Yes, we have not officially left.
Okay.
The other, and he's
I bet the other two ladies have left.
Yes.
You're still there.
Yes.
Gotcha. So, what are you doing as she's left? You had the experience of this woman whose name you don't know, who only described herself as Karen.
Yep.
Searching through your minds and restoring your personalities to what they once were. But each of you felt that when she was doing that, she was literally sorting through your thoughts and memories.
Mm-hmm.
And it did seem like she was looking for something.
Yep.
Oh, was she?
Is there anybody else in the room? Is the Wraith lady still in the room?
No, they both left.
Cool. I would like to do the thing that I said I was going to do at the end of last session. I would like to do a Soothsay cantrip, and I would like to do Omen.
Okay. Is this what realm are you using?
It will be on Karen, so it will be
Actor.
Actor. Yep.
Banality of her for her is a 10. What are you doing? It's a vampire. Look at it.
Fine.
My eyebrows just burnt off.
Fine. I'm just trying to find out about this person. That's
Oh, someone has redeemed. Save that one in particular for Rosaline.
Beautiful.
And someone else redeemed Lend a Hand.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right. So what? Okay. So I will be casting Omen. She'll be pulling out her cards out of her purse. Granted, she'll probably fight Brisket for the cards, but she's gonna get it out.
Remember when he was playing solitaire?
Yes. She was playing with her cards.
No, he would never do that. They would never do that. They know better. Those are,
Yep.
Should hope.
Yep. So she's gonna get them out, shuffle them up real quick,
Mm-hmm.
and then she'll just, like the Penny Dreadful scene where she lays out all of the cards.
Yes, I love
That's
that
what
scene.
she's doing.
I still want to
So
learn how to do
good.
that.
Yep. She's laying them out and selecting certain cards and then just laying them out in a I'm gonna say a Celtic cross.
Okay, so here's the thing: using the cards as a mechanic counts as a bunk. It's a 1-point
Yes.
bunk.
Yep.
So, are you going to do anything else to increase the potency of the bunk? Because remember, 1 point that makes it a banality of 9.
Trying to think what else I can do.
You can do lots of stuff.
Yeah.
It all depends on what you want to do.
The main thing she is mostly focusing. God, when you have so much in this. She is focusing on focus.
Folking.
She's smoking.
Focusing.
We've got some
Focusing.
folking going on.
Yeah,
I thought that
totally.
was for later. It's
That
not
was
wedding
later.
night.
It's
Come
not-
on, Dylan, we're doing some folking now. It's happening.
This situation is getting folked.
No, she's also focusing on what Karen looks like specifically.
Mm-hmm. You
Because
did spend some
she
time
had-
with her, so yeah.
Yes, because I don't know if it's her actual name or not. So with the imagery in mind, she is focusing on basically certain clues about what this person was doing in her head, per se. So I don't know how that's gonna go.
Okay. So, what is the nature of the soothsay? Because you kind of have to have a question.
Okay, so with Omen, it is basically it is big picture stuff. So it glimpses
Gotcha.
it offers a glimpse of the target's place within the great tapestry. Da, 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 da. So it depends on the number of successes.
Mhm.
So if I get one success, I get one clue about the immediate plan. If I get 2 successes, one clue about the demeanor and general disposition. 3 successes, 1 clue about the long-term goal. Number 4, 1 clue about the inner nature of the target, and then 5 successes is a closely guarded secret.
Wow. All right,
Yep.
so you've got the TN down to a 9 with your bunk.
That's fine.
Are you going to leave it at a 9, or are you going to try and
I'm
lower it further? Remember, spending a willpower is an auto success. You have an auto success from save that one in particular?
Yep.
And then you have a +1 to another die with lend a hand.
5. We're just gonna go for it.
So you've got 2. Are you spending any willpower? Are you spending anything like that?
We're gonna go for it.
Okay.
Difficulty's 9, correct?
9, yes.
4 successes.
Jesus Christ. Okay, and so for 4 successes.
And plus the automatic, that's a 5.
Oh, God in heaven.
So in that case, I get to know a little secret.
No, you need to get to know a major secret.
Yeah, I get to know about the closely guarded secret of this target.
Is she gay too? How many gay vampires are we talking?
Number 1, it was absolutely not a secret. She's absolutely gay.
Just check.
Her name is Kinsley.
Kinsley.
You see Vera and Kinsley, and they're at some old nightclub. It looks like it's probably like a speakeasy, and they're dancing and they're having an amazing time. They both look almost identical to where they look now, except Vera's hair is blonde. How blonde was it, Vera?
Oh, she's blonde. She's like
icy?
a almost white.
So
Like,
icy blonde.
Yeah,
Yep.
like a very icy blonde.
Yep. And so they're wearing this dresses, nothing really out crazy or anything like that. And men kind of come up to them constantly and are like trying to get them to dance with them, but Kinsley and Vera are saying they're turning everyone down. They're being very nice and polite, you can see that, but they're turning everyone down, and they spend anytime they're not on the dance floor, they're sitting at a table and their heads are together and they're holding hands and they're giggling about stuff and they're just having an amazing evening together. And it kind of is an odd thing to see Vera giggling and laughing, and to see her with having a huge beaming smile. The doors to the bar are thrown open.
Oh.
There is a nun. She's one of those women who's she's very, very, very heavy set, rounded in the shoulders, but she just walks with power. When she strides into the room, the bartender, who's serves, looks and says, he's not looking at her. He says, "I'll be right with you." And then as he turns, he just stops and his eyes get wide, and he's like, "Sister," and he's like, "How can we help you?" And she doesn't even answer him. She just starts looking around the room, and you see her eyes lock on Vera and Kinsley, and Vera and Kinsley haven't seen her yet because it's a bar. It's loud. Even the doors throwing open didn't make that much noise. And Vera's sitting with her back to the door. Kinsley's kind of facing, because it's across the dance floor, so Kinsley's kind of facing towards the door. The woman just starts striding across the dance floor, and literally the people on the dance floor stop dancing, and as she's coming across the dance floor, they just part for her. And when people stop dancing, the band it's playing, like they start winding down, and they stop playing music. And she comes across, and she's right as she's coming through the dance when the crowd's parted, and like she can clearly see Kinsley and Vera's table. Kinsley looks up, and her face just goes pale white. And Vera like sees her eyes and just spins around, and then the scene cuts again. Vera is sitting by herself. She is in a very plain silk wool shift. She's in a room that is at best a cubicle. There is a single bed, thin cot. Not even really a bed, more like a cot. And it's got like a worn blanket and and on it there's a small desk with a Bible and a piece of paper and a quilled pen. It's a wooden pen, but it's got a quill in it and it's got an ink pot, but there's no ink pot. And as Vera is kind of sitting on the bed, she's kind of like holding her arm and rocking back and forth, and you can through the vision you see that the front of her forearm, where the white shift's sleeve runs down, the shift is soaking into several spots where it looks like Vera's stabbed herself.
I am so glad.
And it's bad enough to where the blood has welled up and stuck to her sleeve. And Vera is just kind of sitting there quiet, and the door opens up. And that same woman, the same nunnaki in the bar, is standing in the doorway. And she says, "We've told your family. If this doesn't stop right now, you will be expelled from the nunnery. And you will have no place left. The Lord God saw fit to give you shelter under this roof, and you have betrayed him. You need to stay away from that girl. She is the spawn of the devil. I should have known it when I saw that hair. It's a clear sign. But you can still be saved, and we will save you. Your parents spoiled you far too much. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Now go back to writing your lines." And Vera gets up and walks across the desk. She seems almost like a zombie. And she sits down at the paper. And she pulls up her sleeve and holds the quilled pen. And she looks down at her arm. And she literally just like stabs the quill in and then worries it to make it bleed. And then she just draws the blood up into the quill and begins writing the Lord's Prayer over and over again. Cut away again. Vera, her hair black as you know it, her entire outfit changed. It looks like it might have been a nun's habit at one time, but now it's completely altered into something that looks like almost like an evening dress, but it's still recognizably a nun's habit. She's standing in the doorway to what you know is the nunnery. And she is looking into the nunnery itself. And as she does so, one of the elder nuns comes walking by and turns to look at her, and she says, "I'm sorry, the church is closed." And Vera's eyes go black, and she launches into the nun, slamming her into the brick wall so hard that there is an audible crack. Once again, the vision shifts. Fire has taken the entire church and the nunnery. There are several bodies laying in the yard in front of the nunnery, their necks craned around into unnatural positions. Vera is standing at the edge of the road, looking at the burnt building as it burns. Vision cuts away again. Locked in a single room in the nunnery, Kinley is coughing and screaming for help. The last thing you see in the vision is Kinley throws her arms over her head as the burning roof falls down on her. You're in a hospital. Kinley is laying on a bed. There's bandages across the right side of her face. Her right arm is heavily bandaged, and you can see... her left arm is heavily bandaged, and you can see that there's fluid, not blood, fluid soaking through the bandages on her arm. She is laying there. The big glass bottle drip is flowing there. The doctor walks up, and he looks at her, picks up a chart and looks at it. The nurse comes over, and he says, "And how's she been?" The nurse says, "I don't know how much longer it's going to take. Every time she wakes up, she just starts screaming. We just put the morphine back on." And the doctor kind of looks at the nurse, and he says, "There is another option." And the doctor says, "I won't report it. The morphine drip can be accidentally left on." And the nurse says, "There's no chance then?" And the doctor says, "That arm is so heavily infected. Even if we could amputate it with all the other burns, and she's still in shock, there's really no hope." And the nurse says, "Let's give it a few more hours. Her current dose is supposed to wear off. If she has not improved when she comes around, accidents happen." And the doctor kind of nods and he walks off. The nurse walks off. Oh, by the way, it's evening in the hospital. Stepping out of the shadows is a figure that stands about 8 feet tall. He's bald. He has 2 insanely elongated pointed ears. His eyebrows are huge and bushy. His eyes are glowing a deep red. As he comes out of the shadows, several rats run off from his feet and run into different parts of the hospital. He walks up to the edge of the bed, and he kneels down by it. And he says, he whispers in, he bites his own wrist, and he drops just a few drops of blood in her mouth. Her back arches, she draws in a big breath, and she looks like she's about to scream, but right as she does, his hand comes over her mouth and stifles it. And his other hand puts on her stomach, and he pushes her back down to the bed, and she cannot move. And he says, "I'm going to offer you a chance." He says, "They are going to kill you tonight because they do not think that you will survive. I can offer you the night, but for that, you will serve me for 100 years. It's like you will act as my bridge between my time and this. You will attend me and serve me in all things I ask. After 100 years of servitude, I will grant you your freedom." It says, "I will tell you 2 things. First, if you choose to accept this, my curse will pass to you. You will live in pain. Your body will be deformed and cursed, but you will have power. You will have power to control the minds of others You have power to control the very beasts that run through the night. You will have power to find who did this to you. And I will help you find them after 100 years. And that's it.
She's just gonna push all the cards together, just put them back in the little box, shove it in her purse, and just literally just sit there. And tears are just rolling down her face as to what she just saw. She'll
Given-
look at
Go ahead.
she'll look at Emery's and be like, her name is actually not Karen.
I know.
I also saw her sire's face.
Karen's or
Kenley.
Kinsley's sire's face.
And Vera was there. She was looking specifically for Vera, and it's probably not good.
I know.
Also, Vera used to be a blonde.
Yeah. She looks really good as a blonde. I prefer her with the black hair, but she looks good as a blonde.
Finn kind of looks around, and he's like, "This is your vampire friend?"
Yeah.
And the other vampire knows your vampire friend.
Oh.
Yeah, especially when Vera was in the Catholic Church.
Oh, I don't care which ghost she worships.
Period. I request. I turn to Rose and Finn. A request, please. I need to be the one that tells her.
I'm not gonna say anything. It's not.
Finn just goes, "Granted."
No, she's like, it's not my business. Well, it's not my place to tell her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Finn kind of like looks at you and he's like, "Are you always doing that?
Doing what?
Diving into your friends' pasts using your abilities?"
No. I was more looking into that woman's
Why?
hair. Got bad vibes. As Pandora would say, bad vibes.
That is definitely something Pandora would say.
I don't do that often. Well, I learned some secrets today.
And now you're gonna have to decide what to do with them.
I think we definitely need Vera to be a part of that conversation. But,
Yeah, but as of right now, I have an upper hand on that woman.
which is always good.
That's partially why I did it.
As my Tati would say, knowledge is a powerful weapon. I think we lost our images on the
Did we? I'm sorry. Hang on 1 second.
target.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, we did. I know why.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, there we are. Oh, we're gone again.
No, we should be back now.
Oh, there we are. Aha.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Oh, I guess you don't know. My house specializes in secrets.
That is good to know.
And terrifying.
Yes, I was trying to not say the terrifying part.
I was trying not to say the terrifying part.
Yep. Let's get back. I'm pretty sure they've landed. Yeah, I heard my text tone go off. They probably
I think
landed.
I did too. Why is there a picture of Mark in a floating bag? Oh, God, you tried to take a picture with Vera, didn't you?
Rosaline is laughing so hard as she's wiping the tears away because that was just funny to her. It was just that is the funniest thing she's seen all day.
Oh boy. We need to. Lots of things need to be discussed.
Hey Finn, who went to go pick him up?
Tuck did. Why? I mean,
Good
he
luck,
should have.
Good luck, Tuck.
Or they should have. Sorry.
Good luck, Tuck.
Tuck doesn't need luck. Tuck's amazing.
Yeah, he does.
They're gonna be in the same car as Pandora and Mark. They need all the luck they can get. Vera, I don't see having any problems. It's
Or
those
at
two
least
in
a-
the same vehicle.
At least a high tolerance level. Oh, my head.
Ivy, did you put something up on your cam?
No.
There's a. Oh, I know what's going on. That little thing here says remove Sierra from the call.
What?
Yeah, remove me. Do it, right?
Do it right now. Save me!
Yeah, let's.
Okay, it's gone.
Can't give me
What are you
tra-
waiting
can't give me
for?
a
Come
trauma.
on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. The best part about it is you get to hear about all this secondhand.
Oh, I know. Great.
Okay,
You're
let's
so excited. She has no idea.
let's go to the. Let's get back to the house. I want some frozen yogurt and a glass of wine right now. Let's just go.
And Finn's like-
Scotch sounds really good right now.
Finn's like, we have the best. And he says, he kind of like holds out his hand to you, Rosaline, and he says, and I think we have some things to discuss.
Yes, we have some things. To
Starting-
discuss.
He says, starting with, I'm sorry. No matter what, I was still saying things. Doesn't matter why. I was still the one saying them. And I know that's going to be hard for us to deal with, even just as friends. And I wanted you to know that I am sorry. And that's all.
She'll just give a little nod.
Emrys will kind of lean over to Rose. I think you should forget it. Emrys didn't see any of the things you saw. So Emrys is still very much like... He's still Team Finn.
Still Team Finn.
She'll give a little nod.
And so Finn goes. Finn goes over and he looks in your purse. And he's like, "Give him." And his car keys come flying up out of the purse. And he snatches them out of midair. And he's like, "I'm gonna go get the car."
Hey Finn, quick question for you before we leave.
Yeah.
You have caramels at the manor, right?
If I don't, we can get them. Why?
I think that'll be a good idea.
Caramels?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
trust me.
I'll call ahead and make sure someone has them there.
Thanks.
He says, "I'll be downstairs," and he walks out.
Penny or Vera?
Hmm.
That's
All
what
I'll
she's
say is
looking
yes.
at. Yep. Okay. Let's head on out.
Yeah, it's a good
Tomorrow's the day.
idea. Aye, just fun on top of fun on top of fun.
Might be getting married tomorrow, so that's a whole thing.
Well, at least our stuff's here, so that'll be nice. So I'll head out with
Yep.
Rose to the car.
Okay.
I hope nobody's missing their luggage.
Oh, don't even. Why would you say something like that? Why would you even? Oh man, I bet it's mine now. Oh,
right.
God, why would you do that?
So cut back to the car. Mark, you called shotgun again? Or did Penny? You did?
You're muted.
You're muted, by the way.
But
But good pantomiming.
No,
It worked.
I 100% called shotgun.
Okay.
yeah, because you
Like-
were sitting up front trying to take pictures of Vera like from the front, like.
And so you guys are in the back seat. Actually, Penny climbs into, because it's a big SUV. So Penny climbs over and into the third row and just lays down on the bench. And she's like, "There's not enough sleep to make up for what I lost."
Okay, all right. You lay back there, get some sleep.
Yeah, and she pops up over the seat, like right over your shoulder, with her head right beside yours, and goes, "Plus, this gives you some alone time." And then she falls back down.
Vera just looks really confused. Like, what? Like,
You'll understand. Penny from the back seat, like half drunk with sleep, goes, "You'll understand when you're older."
oh, honey.
Oh my god.
Okay,
That's my daughter.
all right.
So,
Slide into her seat on this side of the SUV.
Pandora, are you getting in the car?
The door that's still open. If you do not get in here, I'm going to lose my mind.
Okay.
Thank you.
And from the back seat in the darkness, and she'll be lonely.
What are you talking about?
Nothing, I'm asleep.
You've been hanging around your father too much.
Please.
What am I?
Say that like it's a bad thing.
But he taught me how to do this, and she holds up her hand, and sparks just go around her hand,
Go to sleep.
and then she goes, "Ah, fuck!"
Oh my god. Okay. All right, Pandora, please.
Burn my fingers.
Okay. Go to sleep. Pandora, shut the door.
The door shuts, and Tuck looks back, and he's like, "Are we ready to go?"
Please.
All right.
Thank you.
And they're sitting there, and by the way, they're still look very feminine, kind of, sort of, and they take off, and they move through traffic like they're being chased. Like the speed limit in the airport is like 25 miles an hour, and doubling that would probably be slower than they're going.
Nice.
And so you guys are driving through. When they get up to the open road, he kind of moves the rearview mirror so he can look at the back seat, and he says, "So, I understand you are going to be attending court."
Apparently.
And he says, "Do you have regalia?"
I do.
And he looks at Pandora.
I believe that
I don't know what that is.
Fancy duds.
Is that? Oh,
Your
that
outfit.
counts. Yeah. I gotta see.
You know, silk, satin, leather, lace, polished chrome.
Yeah, we got it.
It's like, polished chrome.
I don't know. Not my dress.
One can get hopeful.
Why would I wear polish? Do I look like someone who would wear polished chrome?
Oh, darling, you don't wear it.
Okay, you know what? I take it back. All right.
Hey, freaking bottom. So, the rest of the drive passes with him darting between traffic, driving out to the house, multiple times. Ooh, my phone was not on silent. Where the hell's my phone? There it is. Sorry, I have a really cool ringtone, but not when I don't want it to be here. Alright, so he says, as they're driving through up into the hills, he kind of looks back every now and then in the mirror and does his best to try and make eye contact with Vera. You can feel someone looking at you.
Just look at him and just kind of.
You just shrug your shoulders.
Yeah, she just kind of tilts her head a little quizzically.
And kind of looks at you and he says, "Why are you with them?" It's just a curiosity.
It's a valid question. Because they knew Emery's, and Emery's is my best friend, and he is the type of person who draws people to him. And he is kind and caring. Bit of a mess sometimes. But he draws people to him, and I just happen to be lucky enough to be one of those people. And now I get to be around people that normally would not be around me.
Why would they normally not be around you?
Glances a little bit to Pandora, like a little side eye.
He says, I mean, I understand why they might not be around you because there's obvious reasons for that.
Correct.
I mean, relations between your people and their people have not exactly been the best. In fact, relations between all of us have not exactly been the best. Our peoples, that is.
This is true.
So it's very interesting to find an entourage made up of such unique characters.
I think that mostly has to do with being the misfits, the outcasts, the ones that maybe other parts of our societies don't necessarily want, along with a mage who has ideations that we can get along.
He's like, well, he must be very good with the magics if he keeps you all from killing each other.
He is very good. We still try occasionally. He's just very good at talking us down.
He's like, well, my respects for being able to keep this ragtag bunch together. This is
Magic is friendship.
the magic is friendship. He says,
Also this.
They say, this is going to be a very interesting evening tomorrow.
I know.
This is, Finn has given me specific instructions. If anything goes completely sideways, you will make for the front entrance of the palace. I will be waiting with a means of escape at the bottom of the stairs, but I will not be able to come up the stairs to you. You will have to be able to make it to the bottom of the stairs. You'll understand when you get to the palace.
I understand. Thank you.
He's like, I am telling you for two reasons. One, because I think you're hot. And two, because I think out of all of them, you will have the easiest time resisting any effects that might change your loyalty or change your attitude or even change you into a toadstool.
I would not make a very good toadstool.
No one really does. I don't know why people choose
Really.
that.
I don't know. It's not very clever nor creative anymore either. I don't.
It's like 15th century. What are they doing?
I don't even know at this point.
And at that, he kind of like pulls into a driveway off the road they're driving on. And he says, well, we're here. And the driveway kind of goes winding up. You're up in the hills above the bay. And the driveway kind of winds up. It's a gravel driveway that winds up the side of the hill. And as you come through the trees, you come into a huge clearing. It's a large open space that's graveled over. There's this huge modernistic squared house that's built in platforms. You can see each story is a different level, but they're offset and staggered. And the front of the houses, of all the front levels of the houses, are like solid glass. And you can see that there's lights on everywhere. And some of the glass panes have like blinds drawn on them, and others you can see directly in. Like you can see right by the front door, which is a big, giant, ornate double oak doors. Right beside the front door, there's a curtain that's open, and there's a huge dining table and a very gorgeous dining area right off the front entrance. And he gets out of the car, and everyone else gets out of the car. They help you out with luggage. As they get all the luggage together, you guys are headed in.
Pandora's trying to carry as much luggage as humanly possible.
Tuck totally lets you.
I'm just gonna look.
Period.
I'm just gonna look over at Pandora and be like, "You can't. You can take 2 trips if you need to." Like,
2 trips over the week.
okay.
Tuck's like, they're right, and he takes another bag and puts it on top of the stack of bags he's trying to carry.
Yep.
I'm impressed. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah. So as you guys go, as Pandora's like rolling around an unstable stack of luggage that's taller than the door is, so I don't know how she's going to get through the door. But as
Ever heard of squats?
Tuck goes up to the SUV, and he pats it a couple times, and he says, "Good girl, go to sleep." And the SUV just drives away.
That is dope as shit. Just
Okay.
And
Is
so
somebody else here?
he's like, I don't know if they're here yet, but if not, they're probably going to be here shortly.
Pick up phone, text them. Are you guys here?
You guys are driving you're just now crossing the bridge. So from when you came down from the first time you drove across the bridge, it was about 10 minutes from the house.
10 minutes out. Be there soon.
Thumbs up.
Open parentheses. We need to talk. Close parentheses.
Oh, I hate that. Just I hate that.
So
So do I.
Rosalind, you're sitting in the front seat.
mm-hmm.
And Emery's is in the back, and Emery's is texting away. Finn kind of looks over at you, and he says, "If things go the way they're the worst possible scenario tomorrow, that doesn't involve us all being dead, and we have to go through with everything." The wedding vows will supersede my vow.
I know this.
Do you understand that because you rejected the match before, that he's probably not going to be kind in the oath he makes you swear?
I am very aware.
Once the oaths are taken and we are, if again this happens, once the oaths are taken and we are away, he says, we will be alone for the honeymoon night as custom. There's only one thing I can do to supersede a marriage vow.
And that is?
And he literally just looks at the road for a few minutes and he says, a blood oath. But you understand that that is more than permanent.
I'm sorry. I'm not entirely altogether educated in matters of the Fae and the Fae courts and all of that stuff. Why is the blood oath more permanent?
The blood oath is
The blood
all
is
oaths,
bound.
huh?
The blood is bound.
The blood oath is more binding because it binds seemings. Which means as we go through life and after this life, when we come back, we will be bound. But it also means that we cannot be used against each other in any way, shape, or form. Magics that seek us to force us to harm the other, or even disparage the other, will not work.
Soulbind.
Mm-hmm.
If we had souls.
It's a safety precaution, to be sure. I'm sure that there's some risk to it as well. At least I assume such.
There is much risk to it. Since we are soulbound, if one of us is destroyed completely, so is the other.
There's the risk.
Mm-hmm.
But would it be insurance against the two of you being made to harm each other?
It would be insured. It would be insurance against myself being ordered to. To make sure my wife was subject to the king's will.
Yeah. Say no more. Say no more. We want to avoid that for sure. I wonder if there's anything that I might be able to do to aid in that, should that be a choice we decide to make it less risky.
Fey magics are not like yours.
Oh, I know.
I know that mages' properties of utilizing magic are bound by their ability to enforce their will on the world. But Fey magics don't care for the will of the world.
Well, doesn't hurt to try.
Plus, I don't even know the oath yet, so I need to find it.
Which one?
The blood oath. As far as I know, it's never been used in Pacifica.
First times for everything.
Yeah, though the biggest concern is what oath the fake on the throne.
And fucking Finn just looks at you and says, "Do not say that out loud."
I'm not.
You
I
just
know how to choose my
did.
word.
You said,
Okay.
"Okay,
The pretender.
We can't say that either.
let's just call him the king."
The king on the throne. I am just very concerned as to what oath he'll have us put in the wedding vows if the marriage is forced.
And says, "Well, let's get to the house. Let's talk to the others, and let's see if we can just. Let's say we can make this a very long engagement."
Yes, wine and froyo. Let's go.
Wine and froyo. So the car pulls up.
Calming music too.
Classical?
Jazz.
Oh, jazz is good.
And he goes, so he pulls up in front of the house. You guys pile up out of the car. Vera, Pandora, Mark, and Penny. Tuck shows you into the house, shows you around, shows you the rooms that are prepared for you. They're on the upper floors. There's a pool. It's basically a modern mansion.
Is the pool also on the upper floor?
No, it's not. It's out in the back.
Does one of the rooms he shows us have a balcony?
Almost all of them do.
Oh no.
I hate this.
Are you gonna cannonball into the pool?
Oh, is there one that has a balcony overlooking the pool?
I mean, close enough. In your Glabro, you could probably make the jump.
Oh no, my Glabro can totally. That's my room. Dibs.
You can have this. Okay.
I'm gonna
He literally pushes by Vera. Mine, dibs.
I'm gonna throw the bags on the bed, and I'm just gonna open the balcony, and I'm just gonna run and then jump and fly out, and just go straight into the pool and scream. Yeah!
I'm guessing we hear this walking.
Yes. Along with the giant splash.
And
And then I'm
you're
gonna
this
run
hard.
through the house, back into my room, and do it all again.
Oh my god.
Dripping water everywhere.
Oh.
I guess
my
Mark's
God.
found the pool.
I throw my shoes off in my room as I make this pass. You know what? I'm gonna be kind. Every time I make a jump and I come back, I'm gonna have taken off one article of clothing for the next jump, so there's less water being traced to the house.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. Vera has moved off
Dora
to one
is
side.
just making a beeline for whatever, like, just keep, like, whatever room is furthest and just tries to lock herself in there.
Ah,
The
before you-
metaphorical
Vera's
corner
gonna try
of
to
the
grab-
mansion.
Vera's gonna try to grab your wrist.
But I'm carrying all the bags.
That's
so.
fine. If you
You
like,
can't take everyone's bags to your room.
She can,
trying to
she can
find
do
the
all
metaphor.
things
If you-
through spite that strengthens her.
if you go to
Whatever the
turn,
corner of the house is.
no, if you go to turn like you're gonna run off or walk away, Vera's gonna just reach out and like put a hand on your shoulder.
So when you come in the doorway, there's like a little foyer. To the left of the foyer is that dining room, as I described. Straight ahead is the kitchen. And then to the left of the kitchen, you can see on the other side of the wall from the dining room, there's a living area. Then there's a hallway that goes down off the living area that seems to go to several more rooms back there. To the right, when you come in the foyer, there is a open staircase, so it doesn't have a railing. And the stairs are all like this individual stairs that don't look like they have any supports. And they go up they go up to a landing and then go back up to the second floor. And then you can see if you look up, it keeps on doing that and goes up to a third floor up above.
Yeah, if you go to turn and like try to walk away, Vera's gonna put a hand on your shoulder. Just
You feel a hand on your shoulder.
I gotta put everyone's bags away.
yeah, you do. However, I'm just letting you know. This
Tuck,
is not over.
as Vera, as Pandora says that, Tuck comes in and goes, "Oh no, you don't. Bags, go to your rooms."
Thanks, Tuck. Appreciate it.
The bags pop legs and start jumping off the stack and begin hopping up the stairs because their legs are not long enough to actually step up each step.
Oh.
Tuck. Appreciate that.
Lady Rosaline's bags
Mm-hmm.
hop off, grow legs. Those legs buckle. They grow another set of legs, and they crawl up the stairs on all fours, and they seem to be somehow complaining about how much they weigh.
So now that you don't have to put everyone's bags away,
Tuck kind of grins at both of you, and he's like, "I'm getting a beer." Walks into the kitchen.
thanks, Tuck. Let's have a little conversation, shall we?
Sure.
You look like you don't want to have this conversation, and that's fine and all, but it's still gotta happen.
Tuck walks by with a beer in one hand and like a sandwich in the other. He's going to the staircase, and he's like, "Oh, there's a private library right down that hallway. First door on the right." And goes walking. Tuck goes walking upstairs.
Oh my! Tuck is my favorite person. Come on, we're walking this way. Okay.
He's like, Tuck's as Tuck's walking up the stairs, you hear him go, "Sometimes it's fun to be an insufferable ass."
Oh my god.
We're just gonna go look for the library, and upon finding it, we'll push open the door, and be like, "Ladies first."
You definitely have to go first.
Walk. Thank you. Upon both, like, Pandora entering, Mira will enter behind and then shut the door. She turns around to Pandora, immediately looking at the book.
Wait, it's upside down.
Good read?
Fascinating.
It's upside down, Pandora.
Oh, I thought it was in Latin.
What?
What? Just say whatever you're gonna say. Just.
I would like your full attention, first off. Without you reading a book upside down and pretending it's Latin, or that you can understand it. Thank you. I don't understand what your problem is. I don't understand where, like, the I'm gonna talk to you and take care of you type of thing, and then you're not speaking to me again. I don't understand why you have such a problem with me in the first place, other than, you know, what I am. I'm gonna need you to clear up some stuff ASAP. And we are not leaving this room until you decide to tell me. And I can wait all day.
I wasn't sure what your relationship was to the whole nun stuff, so I kept my distance. Obviously.
Okay, so instead of asking me or communicating or anything, you just decided that you're just gonna keep your distance.
Yes. Because then that way I don't have to, like, talk to you about it.
Am I that bad to talk to?
It's not about that, it's that I'm bad at talking to people.
Okay.
And, you know, like, assumptions don't come in, like,
Mhm.
you know, solo. Like, they come in, like, bunches, you know?
Are you saying you have a bunch of assumptions about me and so you just kept your distance?
Well, yeah.
Do you know what assumptions do?
No.
They make an ass out of you and me. But this time it's just you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, just I mean, why do you care what I think? I mean,
Because one,
you're friends with everybody else. You don't, like, I don't even matter. Like,
okay, first off, you are also in this friend group, so you matter. I don't ever want to hear you say that you don't matter again. Second off, you took the time to clean the blood off my face and carry me. No. You could have left it. It's not the first time you've seen blood. It's not the first time you've seen someone bleed. But you took the time to put me back in my casket, make sure I was safe, and then clean the blood off my face. When before that, you would not even touch me. You knew I would have woken up eventually and been able to clean myself up, and yet you took the time to do it anyways. Why?
this is rude. Just, like, leave you on the floor, like, you know, like.
So what changed? Because normally you would have.
Well, technically, I'd never been in that situation, so I don't know what I would have done at another period of time.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But, you know, just seemed like mean, like, like it's mean. To just, like, leave you there, and you were crying, like, that's fucking spooky, and, like, it was blood, it was, like, gross, and I'm just gonna, like, just leave it there. It's rude.
Mm-hmm. But not speaking to me and just writing little no's on notes is not rude.
Like, you were, like, crying, like,
This
I didn't
seems
know.
a little hypocritical of you.
Great, so I'm a hypocrite.
A little bit, yeah.
Awesome. So, cool. We've established that I'm a hypocrite. Can I go now?
I'm just I don't understand. I don't understand why you're avoiding me. You were fine. What's the difference? I am asking a very pointed question of what changed?
You're not who I thought you were.
What did you think I was? Just some gothy Catholic nun vampire? Is that it?
I mean, like, yeah, I thought, you know, like, I didn't know if you were still practicing or anything like that. Definitely thought you were straight. Just,
Wait,
like,
you thought
of
it was
course.
okay. You thought it was straight? Why does that matter? Would me have been gay changed how you treated me? Really? Just that. It's just that.
But it's not like. I just thought, like, if I avoided you first, because I thought you, like, you know, you wouldn't like me, then I'm already out of your way.
Out of my way for what?
You know, like, Get it out of your way.
Who said you were ever in my way?
I'm always in everyone's way.
You're not.
Gotta, you know.
I think that you've let insecurities take the best of you. And so you pushed me away. No, you pushed me away before you even had the chance to know me, so you could avoid disappointment. And now here we are, where it's caused more issues, where I don't understand why you treat me the way you treat me, why you continue that, and why being gay changes it.
You want me to just go? Then like I could just go.
I didn't say that. Once again, you're trying to push me away because you don't like the confrontation. Because you're worried you're going to disappoint me with your answers.
Well, I mean, I feel like I've already disappointed you. So like,
you haven't disappointed me. I'm just confused. I don't understand. Why would me have been gay changed how you looked at me? Why can't you just look at me for me?
Well, like
aren't you also gay?
Yeah, that was the issue.
So why is that the issue?
Because I didn't know if you were like, you know, if that was gonna be like a problem.
Why would that be a problem?
Because I thought you were a nun.
Don't you just want to look at you, like be looked at for you?
People don't usually get to that point.
Because you push us away and you won't let us.
Well, yeah. Because, like, it's not gonna be fun. Like,
right.
Like, I'm gonna fuck it up somehow. So, like, you know, just fuck it up as soon as possible. As soon as possible.
No. None of us want you to push us away. Yeah. I don't want you to push me away. But you won't let me in to take the time to get to know you. And so you don't know how to handle this type of conversation because you're pushing all of us away when we want to know you.
But why?
Don't you want to be friends? Don't you consider Emery's a friend? Don't you consider Rose a friend? Don't you consider Penny a friend? And to some extent, Mark?
Well, like, I'm like a decoration. Like, I'm just kind of there. And like
you're not.
Like, maybe I feel like maybe I feel close to people, but there's always like, you know, this wall doesn't go both ways, and I don't think it's supposed to. Like, then you know, I'm gonna fuck it up anyway.
Pandora,
so.
We want you around. I want to get to know you. And if you're not interested in getting to know me, I will accept that. But my sexuality and a religion that I may or may not be involved in should not have colored how you viewed me when you refused to get to know me. If you want to drop it now, we can drop it.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
I've been like, I mean, it was bothering you anyway. I was trying not to bother you, but I was bothering you anyway.
You bothered me more by not speaking to me.
Why? I'm just like a weirdo.
We're all weirdos. Have you seen us?
No, but I'm like, you know, like it's like I don't know. I think I might have a stroke.
If it clears anything up for you, yes, I was a nun many years ago, and yes, I am gay. I don't know if that helps you at all.
I mean, like, this
go ahead.
Fucking therapy Mark got to me. I hate that fucker.
Mark will do that.
No, it was like a weird magic dream version of him.
What?
When you went through the thing.
What?
Vera, you have you and Pandora. You guys hear the sound of a car pulling up in front of the house.
God. Thank God. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Finn kind of like pulls up. He stops the car. He begins getting out. And then he stops and he kind of like looks around. And he kind of gets this like distracted look in his eyes. And he says, "Oh, don't go in the library."
You know, telling me not
Fuck
to go somewhere
you.
makes me want to go somewhere.
He's like, "Okay, but don't yell at me when the house teleports you outside."
But it's a library.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. The house teleports?
You didn't know that your holding is alive?
It's a magical house. What did you think?
Okay.
The house does. Well, technically the house can teleport, but that's a big deal.
I haven't lived here in how long?
Okay, so your freehold has a balefire, which means it's automatically enchanted. Okay? So that means it has magical properties, including the fact that if you have someone who knows how to awaken things, and he like kind of gestures at himself grandly, then you can awaken your balefire and your house is intelligent.
Your house is alive?
Yes.
Obviously.
And apparently, and he kind of like looks at her and he raises an eyebrow, someone may have had a lot of influence over it because it throws attitude constantly.
Tuck?
No. No. And he just turns and walks into the house.
Kind of lean over. Talking about you.
Me?
He goes. Hey, he walks up. He walks in the front door. The front door's still open.
She's gonna go through the front door.
The front door closes right in your face. Finn's not anywhere near it. You see him. He's already heading into the kitchen.
You're not even gonna let me in my own house. How?
It might be upset with you.
I'm
You
not
hear-
apologizing to the house.
You hear muffled from the door. Open the door. The door like pops open, but barely ajar. Just barely open.
She's gonna pull the rest of the door open.
You actually have to push because it opens in.
She's gonna push it open.
So you push the door open. The door like violently swings open and then slams back closed.
I'm going to like very gently like
You hear-
on the door. Can I come in, please?
You hear Finn walking over. You hear the knob rattle on the door, the handle rattle on the door, and then you see Finn. He's like all pulling on the door handle and pulling the door open, and he's like, "Just get inside quick."
Okay.
Rose is gonna get into the house.
You are now inside the house.
Please don't teleport us out.
Finn lets go of the door, and it doesn't even try and close anymore. It just kind of swinging there open. He goes, "Oh my god!" He closes the door.
Mark slides to a stop with his wet feet. Wait, the house can just teleport me above the pool? I don't have to keep running and jumping off the balcony?
Why are you
guess it
tracking
could.
water into the house?
He's been jumping
I've
in the
reduced
pool
amount
over and
of
over
water I'm
again.
tracking as I sort of gesture to the fact I'm not wearing clothes anymore.
Yeah, he's naked.
I'm gonna go pick them up. I'm gonna go
I've
pick
never
them up.
been more
I'm gonna go pick
grateful
them
to
up.
be trapped.
Finn says, "You don't have to go get a mop. I was just gonna wait for him to be done and then tell the house to clean it up."
Wait, can
Oh, sorry.
the house-
Ask the house to clean it up.
Can you teleport me above the pool?
Mark disappears.
Yes! You hear from
You are 50 feet above the pool. There is a gigantic splash in the backyard, and you see like water that's rocking out of the pool and over the edges.
No,
From the
Rosalie.
library.
That's
There's windows in the library that look out to the backyard so you can see the pool.
Yeah, Rosaline's just gonna beeline to the kitchen.
That's
You're
it.
just from the library, just like, what was that?
As soon as I get back up to the surface, I'm just screaming, again, again, again!
And you are now 50 feet above the pool.
Oh my God.
You guys know what I'm doing for probably the next, like...
Yeah,
Love
Pandora's
it.
got the book, the emotional support book again.
The emotional support book again.
Have
No.
a fucking moment.
Okay, Pandora,
He's red in the face. Like,
Rosaline.
look, we will,
That's...
we can talk more about this later if you want to continue this conversation. I only have one more thing. You,
what?
it's not, God, calm down. You saw, wait, you had a dream of Mark in your little vision thing?
Yeah, it was annoying as shit. He was acting like my therapist. It was awful.
So, Did you have nightmares or?
I mean, it was kind of a nightmare, but like, not what was making you cry?
Some really bad memories.
Do I have to kill somebody?
No, I already did that. I think
Okay.
I killed them.
Well, you know you killed a lot of them.
I killed a lot of people.
Good for you.
No.
What? It
No.
wasn't a girl boss moment.
It was for an extent it was, and for the other part of it, it was just a mess. And so I got to relive losing someone very close to me
Oh.
in a horrendous and horrific way that I indirectly caused. And directly.
Well, I hope you can find like a vampire to be gay with or something.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, that'll probably work awesome for you. I don't know if the court will have others. But
Well, she was human.
Oh,
She was the first love of my life,
I'm so sorry.
and I messed it up.
I don't know. You seem like you'd probably get that sort of thing right.
No, no, I do not. I did not. I did not. And I lost the one person in my life who had the most important meaning to me.
Oh.
And so I got to relive losing her over and over again, and that's why I was crying. That and like having a weird conversation between like my vampire self and my human self, and I inevitably rejected humanity, so that was the whole thing. I'll deal with that later. That's thoughts for another day.
I was gonna reach out and give her like a there on the shoulder.
That was weird. That was weird.
Well,
Okay.
I feel like it's inappropriate to be like.
No, yeah, it is.
Like,
I'm just not used to that. So like, but you know what? That's fine. I think I'm done questioning for now. I think that this is good. What do you think?
I don't know. I just feel like I should apologize again.
It's okay. We live and we learn. And we open the door.
Right. So, thank you very much. Wow. Thank you very much for 1,000 bits. Holy crap.
Goodness.
So, yeah, Rosline, you're in the kitchen.
Yes,
What are you doing in the kitchen?
she is trying to get a bottle of wine, a wine glass, and go to the freezer and get some froyo. She's had a rough day. It's already been a day.
So, you go get a glass. You go. Just you can make it up or whatever. What is Rosaline's favorite wine?
She loves a good prosecco.
Okay. So you go to the fridge and you see a bottle of chilled prosecco. It's sitting there in the open. In fact, when you open the fridge, there's not really anything in it except a bottle of prosecco.
She's gonna take the bottle out, close it, think about something else, and then open the fridge back open.
What is she thinking about? Froyo?
Froyo. Yep.
There's froyo in the fridge.
She's like, alright, okay. It's like she has an item similar to that. She chuckles a little bit. grabs a spoon, pops it open, pours a glass of wine.
So about this time. Oh, sorry. Emery's, what are you doing?
Emrys is also in the kitchen.
Okay.
He has found the caramels.
Uh-huh.
He has emptied them out into a nice glass bowl. And he's looking for scotch, but he instead found absinthe. And was like, that'll do.
There is an extensive wet bar in the living room.
Grabs a really nice bottle of like Swiss absinthe, a glass for himself, and like pours the glass, takes a sniff. Oh yeah, that's good.
It's the legit stuff.
That's real good. Okay. And then like turns to Rose. Do you have any cayenne pepper?
She'll go through one of the cabinets.
You open the cabinet, the only thing in there is one bottle of cayenne pepper.
Just grab it, hand it over.
Awesome. And I will just take the I will like sprinkle a little bit of cayenne pepper into the glass of absinthe, kind of swirl it around with my fingers, close the thing of cayenne pepper. I'm just gonna take this with me. And walks with the bottle, the glass, and the bowl and the cayenne pepper over to kind of the sitting area, and we'll sit waiting for Vera.
Okay. While you're doing that, Mark, how long are you going to spend getting dropped into the pool?
I mean, unless something more fun comes up, like, what else am I going to be doing?
Okay. If nothing else can get your attention, then there you go.
Well, I mean...
I love work so much.
Alright, I just wanted to make sure.
Vacation's the best vacation ever.
It's the best vacation ever.
Like, cool.
You don't understand. Like, I'm doing stuff like, ooh, teleport me, but throw me like a curveball.
Oh my god!
Boy.
We're just hearing splashes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's great.
Breaking news: naked man found with 2 broken legs.
No, Rosaline's just gonna ask the house, can you please dry the floor so nobody slips?
It looks like the water just absorbs into the floor.
Ew.
This is
That
like
really
the best
cool.
house ever. Like,
Here's
can we
like
just
I
move
need
the
a
house
library.
to Seattle and I can live here?
You're
I
just like
need
walking
to-
out of the library, hearing the splashes, just like
Yep.
looking for like a window to just glance out.
The whole entire wall is windows.
Yeah, she just kind of looking like.
You see, like literally from above the edge of the ceiling, you see Mark drop into the pool from somewhere really high,
Oh,
and he's naked.
oh, okay, all right, Pandora. Like when you come out here, just know Mark's naked.
So you you walk out. You see Rosaline. You see Finn. You don't see Emery's quite just yet. And Penny is like came inside and like went straight upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
When Tuck showed you all the
She knew
rooms, she went straight up to the room and crashed out.
She knew it was coming. She was like, nope.
Hi, Vera.
She clocked out.
Hi, Mark looks like he's having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Em's like dipping a spoon into Froyo.
Yeah,
Are you,
yeah, we're good.
you sure? Like looking at the wine in the photo, you're like, you okay? Everything okay?
Just had to deal with a lot. Emery's is in the sitting room.
Oh.
And actually, Finn goes to the fridge and he kind of grabs the door and he pauses for half a second. Then he opens the door. He pulls out something and he throws it to Vera.
Whoa. Grab.
Blood bag.
Thank
And he kind of nods. He's like, I don't know how well it'll work for you, but just go up to the fridge and think about what you want.
you. I just want a straw. When I open the fridge.
There's no straws in the fridge. They don't need to be refrigerated.
Yeah.
Just open a drawer and think of straw.
Yeah, she's just like, that's right. She's thinking like the conversation, like she's distracted. So she's like, okay, yeah, right, and opens the drawer.
Okay. So you open the door, there's a straw. Like one straw.
Yeah, that's all she needs. She's just going to put it in the blood bag and eat like a Capri Sun.
I guess
Love
a Capri
it!
Sun.
She's like, okay, great, thank you. And
Finn kind of leans down to Rosaline, and he's like, is that like a Capri Sun, but scary?
Mhm.
Okay, just checking. It's like, I'm going to cook something.
What are you cooking?
He's like, I really don't know. And he opens the fridge. And inside the fridge...
Know how to cook?
Huh?
Do you even know how to cook?
Tacos.
Sure, yeah, why not? Oh, look, I'm making shrimp, apparently.
Oh. I'm gonna walk to the study with happy with my Capri Sun. My Capri blood.
Pandora leaves the
My Capri
library
blood.
very slowly and like.
I had
like
shouted, Narc's naked, just so you know.
Oh God!
He falls into the pool right about that moment.
And her entire demeanor is like a dog that's just been severely scolded.
Won't look at anyone, won't make eye contact, head's always down. I did something wrong.
Right now, it's hard as fuck.
And-
Like,
Pandora, you
and
okay?
she goes to the fridge to get pudding.
So the way the kitchen is, it's a long what they call galley kitchen. So it's just like one side wall is all counters and the fridge and the stove and everything like that. But there's a huge island that's almost the entire length of the galley wall, and there's the sink is in the island. There is a wine fridge under the island. That's where you got the wine from. There is like a garbage disposal and everything like that. And then on the other side of the island from that, there's just bar seating. And then beyond that, there's the huge, gigantic living area, which is where I'm assuming Emery's is sitting, which has like a TV and all the contemporary pieces out there. All the furniture is very contemporary, modern. It kind of matches the house type thing, and but it's all like, you know, everything's tasteful and nice without being audacious. So you're walking towards the living area, Vera, and you can see Emery sitting there.
I have my little blood Capri Sun.
she's like literally sipping on it.
Try talking again?
There you go. I was muted.
There you go.
Emrys looks up, puts his glass down, gets up, walks over to Vera, like no words, just puts his arms around her and just gives her like a huge hug.
She's still got the blood bag.
Emery's.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
Yeah.
What's wrong? You don't
You're gonna
do
wanna
that unless something's wrong.
Yeah, you're gonna want to sit down. And I kind of direct her to the chair opposite mine, and on the, I'm assuming that there is a small
coffee
table
table.
next to or
Yes.
in front of. Vera will see a large bowl of really nice caramels.
Emery's. I'll
Yeah.
put the blood bag down, like just kind of like a Capri Sun, like put it down.
Actually, when you think that and you go to sit down, the blood bag turns into a very large Capri Sun bag.
Nice. Okay. She'll just kind of look and like,
So now I can stand up on its own.
cool, perfect. She's just staring at this bowl. How bad is it?
Bad enough that you're gonna want to sit down.
Bad enough that you brought me the entire bowl of caramels.
Yep.
This big overstuffed chair appears like or with it right up against your calves.
Okay. I'm just gonna sit down slowly, still staring at this bowl of caramels.
You're in a big, poofy, comfy chair.
It's very comfy. She's very distracted. She's like momentarily, this chair's very comfy.
Wait, when Pandora goes to the living area, can her chair from the couch and quilt show up?
Is that what she wants?
Yes.
Your chair shows up. It's facing outside, facing the pool. Because
gonna
Mark would
try
want it
it.
to be annoying to you.
I'm gonna drag it.
Here, staring at this caramel, looks like keeps her hands here, like she's scared to touch it.
Emrys sits down opposite her, takes one of the caramels, like opens it, pops it in his mouth, and then chases it with a swig from his absinthe. So a lot of things have happened today.
You've been gone like a day.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny how much can happen in the space of a day. For one, I had my empathy locked away.
Is that why you were texting so weird?
Yeah. Sorry about that. That
No,
was
Yeah,
that
was
was
just, it was odd. I
it
just
was
wasn't
odd.
sure what was happening with that.
But I got it back, which is I'm me again with a slight headache, but I'm me again.
Okay.
About that though, so the person who I met someone today, and I'm not sure. And I take another swig of the absinthe and I put it down.
Memories.
Yeah.
Looking to the bowl of caramels, looking to the fact you're drinking absinthe. Man or woman?
Lady.
Lady. Someone I know?
There's no easy way to say this.
Mm-hmm.
No easy way to say it, so I'm just gonna. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Kinsley's alive.
And Vera's just frozen there, just staring. She doesn't blink, she doesn't move.
The person who fixed my empathy was Kinsley. She was there at the meeting place with the Wraith, which I'm pretty sure now is a Wraith. Kinsley is one. She's way prettier than you described her. Like, holy shit, she's hot. Like, good lord. She's also a vampire. I remember what you told me before, and I don't know. I'm sure both of these things must hit you differently. The vampire thing, I imagine, has to sting, so I'm so sorry.
How'd she look?
She looked good. Some burn scars on her arm.
She was scarred?
Yeah. Whatever happened, I think, after the fire. So she survived it, which is that's good. She does not, however, seem to hold you in very high regard right now. When she fixed my brain, she had to go in my brain, like not like physically in my brain.
Right.
She has magic, I think, and use that magic to sort around in my brain. She was very clearly looking for something, and that something was you. I don't think she intends anything good.
I can't imagine so.
I tried to tell her that you still love her. I know you do. Don't deny that. Don't. The last thing you need to do is to not admit that to yourself. I've known it from the moment you told me about her. Whether that love is the same way, I can't say, because I'm not clearly.
Mm-hmm.
She was working with Rosaline's contact. And while I believe that contract is over, I have a feeling that Kinsley's not done with whatever it is she's going to be doing. And
Right.
Rosaline used her cards to kind of try and figure out what her deal was. And it would seem that she is powerful enough that she learned everything.
What do you mean by everything?
She knows that we are none. She knows we burned the place down. She also saw...
That's a good question, actually.
That's a really good question. I don't remember if she
I'm supposed to
actually did
say
say all
we'll
of
pause.
that.
We'll pause. Hold on. That's a you question. How much did you tell?
She did relay like a good. She did relay the big key thing that she saw who embraced
Yeah.
Okay.
Kinsley.
That's why we're like,
But
man.
the major thing that I feel like you should know, I mean, the major thing you should know is that Kinsley's alive.
right.
The next major thing is that Rosaline saw who sired her. Like, she saw their face.
Who was it?
Did Rosaline tell us that?
Not who.
She didn't say.
I
didn't
She didn't get a name.
Okay.
She didn't get a name, and I...
Hold on. Rosaline,
Huh?
can you come here, please?
Yeah. She'll come on in.
Can you please tell me
I-
what you
I-
saw? Please,
I turned to Rosaline. I told her.
please.
I figured. I was planning to sketch the face out that
would
I
you,
saw.
would you just tell me what you saw?
She will
please?
relay everything, even the last bit of the 100 years of service.
Does that sound
Yeah.
familiar at all?
It was desperation, in my opinion, because they were gonna kill her with morphine.
I thought I killed her.
If you give me some time, I can sketch the face.
Would you?
That would be great, Rose.
Thank you. Thank you.
When you go back to the island, sitting on the island is a sketch pad and a set of charcoals.
Yes, she's gonna get to work.
I take another swig of...
And whatever Finn's cooking smells delicious.
Oh,
Good for Finn.
So...
Yes, Pandora.
Well, I mean, like, we're not in combat or anything.
No.
Can Pandora go full, like, wolf form?
Yeah.
Like, try and be an emotional support dog for Vera
my
right
God.
You're
now?
gonna come sit down.
love
Like,
it.
not, like, on her, but just, like, kind of slink over and just, like, you know, just kind of, like, tap her. Like,
I got it. So she, Pandora, like turns into a wolf, slinks all the way down around the back of the chair, you know, because it's like in the middle of the giant living area. She comes around back here, and then Vera's hands are kind of like hanging off the edges of the armchair, and Pandora just slips her head underneath the hand.
Memories. I thought I killed her.
I know you did. She's alive. Well, as alive as you are. So that's gotta be some consolation.
She didn't want it.
It sounds like it was more an act of desperation, maybe anger, that she took it. I don't know.
What am
One
I
way
supposed to do now?
I don't know. But one way or the other, she's coming for you. I need you to know, and I will reach over and I will take her other hand.
Oh.
You and I have been through hell and back together. This is just another pit stop. I will stand by you through this. You know that, right?
I know.
And if that bitch tries to lay a hand on you, I will put a hole the size of Tennessee in her chest.
I don't know what to do.
I would say that you could appeal to her humanity, but I don't know if she has any left. She
don't-
seemed hurt when I mentioned that you still loved her.
I let her burn. Of course she's hurt.
But did you really know that she was in there?
I didn't go check, did I?
Blaming yourself for everything that's happened isn't going to do you any good right now. Trust me, I know. One way or the other, it's gonna come to a head. And honestly, I don't know how it's gonna go. I know that I'll be there. And Emrys would just kind of lean over and see Pandora in wolf form. I might be way off here, but I have a feeling that Pandora will be with you on this too.
Pat, pat.
Tail starts wagging. Now it's involuntary.
So, you're family to me. No one fucks with my family.
But she was supposed to be mine.
I know. And if she wants to be, she still can be. If that's what you want, if that's what she wants. But if she tries to kill you, you need to be ready for that too.
I know.
Because as Rosaline said, bad vibes.
The question comes in, as well as the observation. It's been almost 100 years.
It has. Why now? Don't know. If everything that Rosaline said about her sire is true, maybe her sire has some kind of weird vendetta against you as well.
It wouldn't be against me.
Speaking of Rose, you hear her yell, "Why are his brows so goddamn bushy?"
What?
I don't know.
Sitting beside Rosaline is a 3/4 empty bottle.
She's still sketching it. It's just because the big key indicator feature that you did specifically describe were how bushy this man's brows were, and the very pointed ears, and bald.
Bald head. Oh, and I forgot to mention, instead of having a normal set of fangs and teeth, all of his teeth are fangs.
Oh, I know what he is. Out of character,
Yeah.
I know what he is.
I knew from the moment he described it.
No, the moment rats were mentioned, I knew. Moment rats were
Oh my god,
mentioned.
it's Bruno, 7-foot frame rats.
No.
Ray, I sent you the DM.
Oh, did you?
I have a clarification question I need.
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She just.
I
get
don't
the
Simple
know
yes or
how-
no will suffice.
I don't know how you're going to take this, Vera. She kind of hit on me. I mean, granted, I also kind of sort of hit on her.
No,
too.
she's hot. Like
She's God.
she's beautiful.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have so much to apologize to Val for when I talk to her.
Vera gets like this really big smile, like she's thinking back on something. I wish you'd seen her when we first met. She's beautiful.
Rosaline, you're finished
Yes.
with the drawing.
Beautiful. She's like, all right, head back to the study.
Can I see?
She'll just hand her the sketch pad.
So she hands you over the drawing, and you instantly recognize it. This is a Nosferatu
Yep.
that your sire knew.
Yep, I know. You watch Vera take it, put it on the coffee table, stare at it, take out her phone, take a picture, and you hear the ding of her sending it to someone.
Within 20 seconds, one word comes back. Oh no, sorry, one sentence comes back. Tracing your GPS.
Understood. So,
Emrys just gives her a kind of quizzical look.
so you've never met my sire.
No.
You're about to.
I'm sorry.
Ah.
They're coming to the house.
Maybe not directly here. We'll find that out. But
Finn!
we'll see.
Finn's like actually standing like right beside you. You can hear though that the food is still cooking.
Okay. We might be having another
It's fine.
vampire here.
You set up somewhere for me, correct?
Yes.
They can just be set up with me if they need to be. I don't think he'll complain.
The
Are we
concern is the
expecting this
house.
person tonight?
She'll just text him ETA? Question mark? Because she doesn't know where he is right now.
No answer.
No, just the concern is if the house will let him in.
I will ask the house and lead on his behalf.
So what do you say to the house?
Dear house.
Dear house. We're writing a love letter to a house.
I'm writing a love letter to your house. Dear house, your windows are stunning. But they are the eyes to your interior.
Oh, God.
I'm
That was bad.
supposed to wait. Alright, I'm just gonna... Does the house have a name? Like, looking to Finn.
Finn says,
If not, no, that's fine.
it has a name.
May I know its name?
Constant.
Rose Red.
I will
Rose
give Rosaline a very knowing look, followed by some waggling eyebrows.
Stop that. Emery, stop that.
I'll just...
Emery's.
Yes.
Rose Red. Will you please
Interesting.
allow my friends, my sire, by the name of Ezekiel, to take up residency here for as long as I am here, if not shorter?
As you say that, from the corner of the room, the only place in the room that doesn't have like really a lot of direct light, a humanoid figure just comes flying out of the shadows and slams onto the floor and skids across the floor and bounces into the couch.
I'm just gonna look over.
And he stands up, dusting himself off, and he's like, I've never been barred from a shadow in my life.
You could have texted me.
I told you I was coming.
I asked for an ETA.
I was trapped in the shadow!
Yeah, welcome. Hello.
Ezekiel, I presume.
He looks around and he's like, yes, and... Oh, wait, Vera, how much have you told your sire about your troop?
He knows who they all are.
But does he know what they all are too?
He probably knows what Emrys is.
Oh, hydrate!
He would be well aware of Emery's. He would know what Rosalind is, maybe not to the extent. He's heard stories of Pandora and Mark.
Gotcha.
Being stupid.
It's not completely taking him like off guard.
Do you want to describe him, by the way?
Yeah. So I will describe the lovely Ezekiel. Ezekiel is a 6'3" tall gentleman, normally dressed in a suit, if not in a nice button down. He has very long shoulder-length black hair, where it's graying in the front. Piercing blue eyes, very picturesque and noble looking. Quite taller than Vera.
Is he from the old country?
Yes.
Okay, so
He's a Spaniard.
yes, I was gonna say. So instead, I have to start doing this. I understand.
Vera will just kind of, when he stands up, will kind of like nod her head with a lot of respect.
And he looks at you and he says, "My child." I says, "It's been a long time, far too long." He says, he looks and he nods. He says, "Emery's, it is good to finally make your acquaintance. She speaks very highly of you for a breather."
I will nod and I will extend my hand. It's a
He
pleasure to
says,
finally meet you, sir.
he kind of like, "She speaks so highly of you that I willingly do this." And he shakes your hand.
It is an honor.
He's like, and he nods and he looks around and he says, "And this one is obviously Lady Rosaline." He
She'll
says,
just give a little nod.
"She could in no way, shape or form convey the absolute perfection. I stand in awe."
I kind of lean over to Vera. Oh, he's good.
Oh, he's very good.
Very good.
He kind of looks over at Finn and he says, "And I have never, ever in all my days been just as equally enchanted by a man of such grace and charm and poise. I do not know who you are, but you have made me question things."
Oh my god. Ezekiel.
I give Vera a look.
He kind of looks over his shoulder, like really craning his head to get over his shoulder to see Vera, and he just gives her one big wink.
She just rolls her eyes. Not the first time she's seen the behavior. Goddamn. She had forgotten. Like, oh.
And
Pandora.
he says, "This is Pandora." He says,
Villain wolf form.
he squats down to get like on eye level with you, and he's like, "You give my young child much shit. I find it very funny." He's
Tail's
like,
going nuts.
someone, he kind of like he says, "Someone must keep her honest. Sometimes she forgets." He's
Oh,
like,
I like it.
and he says, and he holds out a hand. He says, "May I?" And he gives you scritches behind your ear.
I like it.
And he stands up.
Running around.
I just feel ass naked, just flying through the air.
Enjoying the pool, I think.
Yes.
Flash.
Yeah. Cannonball. Yes.
Gesturing the drawing.
He says, yes.
We have problems.
I see. So, has he contacted you?
No. He's fired to Kinsley.
We should have done a better job. We will talk. There is much to discuss.
I know.
This is study.
There's a study. If you want it.
And apparently there's blood in the bag.
It's
Also.
like Capri Suns, like the one day I was telling you about, like the fruit juice.
I am-
and
Juice
that-
boxes.
Those ones, yeah.
I am fine. I ate before I came. It says, but in the meantime, we will have a conversation. And let the time get away from me. So it's a good time to take a break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a 10-minute break. But before we do that, we need to let you know about something. Every single show, we do a giveaway at the break. The giveaway is basically consists of one of these minis. Now, these are minis that are from a company called Archvillain Games. They create 3D printable files, and I have 3D printer. So what I do is I let the folks in the show decide what mini they want to be given away at the break. Now, the rules for the mini of the break giveaway are as follows. It can be any miniature in the first 2 rows down in front. The 3 in the back, which are, if you're a D&D player, you'll recognize Orcus in the center. To the right, there is Adamal, who is called a Seneschal of Orcus. I'm assuming he's some kind of greater demon. And then there is another bust of Adamal on the other side. We are going to be giving away Orcus and Adamal. I'm giving away Orcus on the weekend of my birthday, which is my birthday is on the 28th. So I'm giving away Orcus on that weekend. But right now we're doing something special. We didn't get it this game, but I just literally announced it at the beginning of the game. And so we're going to be giving away Orcus. But this is how we're going to do it. If you guys want to Orcus given away during a regular show, all we need you to do is get a hype train going. If a hype train gets going on the show, first off, if it's just a hype train, we will give away Adamal. And that mini is like this freaking tall. It's gorgeous. All the minis are gorgeous. They're incredible sculpts. But we'll give Adamal away because all you have to do is get a hype train going. If you get a full-blown hype train, a completed hype train, then we will give away Orcus. And I'm actually currently printing Orcus right now, so I will have him to actually for display, because I got everyone else's minis printed. I just haven't gotten all the mailers, the mailing stuff printed out yet on the regular printer. But anyway, so we will be giving away Orcus if we get a full completed hype train. But no matter what, I am going to be giving away Orcus on the weekend of my birthday. So everyone who wants to enter the contest for the minis, what we need you to do is look at the picture of the minis again. We're going to leave it up during the break. And then when we come back from break, I think we already got some Bane Demon near the middle. That one we gave away last week.
God dang it.
That's the one that Jessica picked. There's a bunch of Bane Demons there, though.
Then the next one.
Then the next one? Hang on, let me move this up a little bit. There, now you can see it better. What about the one on the far right? It looks almost like the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So we have a vote for the Bane Demon. And you guys can vote for any one that you want. Except for, like I said, the big 3. So go ahead and look at the minis. We're going to go on break for 10 minutes. We will be back. When we get back, we will go ahead and I'm going to start a raffle now for the mini drawing. We will determine which mini is won when we come back from break. So what I need you to do is right now in chat, there's going to message is going to come up. And it's right there. I need you to type exclamation point mini to enter the raffle. Now these minis come unpainted, unprimed, and on the sprue. So if you don't know how to paint or put together a mini, you can watch videos on YouTube, or you can find someone who will paint it for you and have them do it. So go ahead and just type exclamation point mini in chat and you will be entered, and we're going to take a 10-minute break. It is 9:55. We will be back at 10:55 Central Standard Time. We love your faces, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. ladies and gentlemen. Oh, goshly. Sorry. I was eating hot wings. Thank you very much for letting us go on that little break, ladies and gentlemen. We really appreciate it. Now, first things first. First things first, let me turn off the notification for the contest, so that'll stop going crazy and telling everyone about it. There we go. Alright, so first off, we're going to draw the winner for tonight's giveaway. Tonight's giveaway, we are going to give away the Bane Demon on the right-hand side of this picture, which is buried under chat again for some reason. Put it away there. There you go. The Bane Demon on the right-hand side that's flying through the air. Second row on the right. We're giving that one away tonight to the lucky winner. If you have not entered and you're still in the audience, type !mini to enter to win. I'm going to go ahead and stop the contest in 3. Where does the contest go? I gave it away. 3, 2, 1. And now we are going to draw the winner. Congratulations, Sphinx. You know what's shitty, Sphinx? Hang on a second. I'm not going to show the label, so I don't want to show your address. But
You got your box packed.
your box was already packed. So now I have to. And plus, I printed out the other Bane Demon already. I'm going to have to get you a bigger box.
We're going to need a bigger box.
We're going to need a bigger box. All right. Well, congratulations, Sphinx. Thank you so much, everyone else, for watching. Remember, and I'm going to make more announcements about this on our Facebook and on our Discord and in everything else. If you want to join our Discord, there you can find the link here. If you want to find any of our other social medias, including our Discord, you can go here. And the big thing about this is I'm going to make the announcements about these contests to try and get more people interested in this, to see if we can give away Adamal or Orcus. And we'll go and see if we can do that. As I said, though, there's never any requirements for that to happen. That's just a little incentive that can possibly get the show some more support, because Dinner in a Game is trying to grow and diversify, and one of the ways we're doing that is Dinner in a Game is going to Gen Con. We are actually everything's booked except the flights. I still haven't done the flights yet. But everything else is booked. Our badges are purchased. Our B&B is reserved. The van is rented. And so we're going to Gen Con. We're going to be going out there. We're going to be out there Wednesday night. And I got to talk to you guys who are going, because Jessica and I are flying in Wednesday night. If anyone else is going to be there on Wednesday night, you can ride with us. We'll try and coordinate flights and everything like that, and we can ride all in the same car out to the B&B.
We'll be driving if we're able to go. We'll be driving.
Okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And if you can go...
We'll probably be there that Monday to go see my family, because they're an hour away from Indy.
Okay, cool. No problem. And let me know if you need the info for the B&B afterwards, or anything like that. But, because we still have room in the B&B. The B&B sleeps like 10, I think. So, 10? I think so. Shoot, I've got all your email addresses now. I need to send you the itinerary for the B&B, too. Sorry, folks. Getting carried away. We're going to Gen Con. We're going there mainly to do interviews with other creators. We're going there mainly to interview content creators, going to get gaming creators. Like we're setting up an interview with Troll Lord Games. We're setting up an interview with Jamie Stone, amongst other things. I'm hoping that Satine Phoenix will be able to join us, but she's going to be swamped. Gen Con, Jamie too, but Jamie's actually kind of a friend online, and he's going to try and make time for us, but that doesn't guarantee that we'll get Satine. And so we're doing all kinds of stuff like that, and we're trying to diversify our footprint to get more people, to let more people know about us and our content we're creating. Also, Dinner in a Game is also getting to make some other changes, which we will be announcing soon. I'm thinking probably in the next 3 months. 2 months. So we're hoping I'm trying to get the rest of the things done before Gen Con so we can debut them at Gen Con. But in the meantime, once again, congrats to Sphinx for winning the mini of the week. Every week we give away a new mini, and if you follow us here, you automatically are entered to win this set of books. This is the D&D core set. It's a special edition, so it has the foil covers, and you get the GM screen and the slipcase, and you get entered to win that just for following us here on Twitch. For going over to TikTok and following us over there, you get to enter to win the Tower of Power. This is the 4-story tall Wizard's Tower, and all you have to do is follow us over on TikTok, and you'll be entered to win that. From there, we're already 890 some odd followers on TikTok. All we have to do is get to 1,000, and we are done. So you guys,
About the music group Tower of Power. I love them too. I love this Tower of Power also.
oh yeah, and I'm already printing up. I'm printing up another one because this is taking mine. So I'm printing up another one to have on hold, and I can say that now. Actually, we have a license with the company that makes those models, the files. And we're getting ready to ramp up our store and add those models to the store. And we're going to do kits like the towers. We're going to sell a tower by floor, and we're going to sell a whole kit for the tower. And we're going to sell those. Yeah, we're going to sell those kits, and they're going to come with everything complete and everything like that. So be looking forward to seeing that. And that's going to be changing a lot of stuff about Dinner in the Game. So we hope we can make that transition. But in the meantime, let's get back to traumatizing my wonderful, amazing friends who, for some reason, let me do this to them week after week. I love you guys.
They consented to this.
I know. Make me feel worse, Sam.
Being traumatized is my pastime.
You're welcome.
Therapeutic.
It's therapeutic.
Ah, yes. There.
It's dealing with trauma in a safe environment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so as we left for break, Vera Sire had shown up. Before that, Vera had discovered that the love of her life, who's been missing for almost 100 years, that she thought was dead, was alive and apparently in town and looking for her.
For reasons.
For reasons.
You know, it all sounds so nice until you know the context. You're like, oh yeah, she's in town. She's looking for. No, that's not a good thing.
What are you trying to say? All right, so I will let you guys get back to it, and I apologize.
Look out, she's got a knife.
Has Ezekiel left?
No, he has not. He's still there. And he kind of Ezekiel.
Caramels.
Oh wait, yeah, Ezekiel's talking to Pandora. So Ezekiel greater than Finn. So Ezekiel stands up and he looks around the room, and he says, "It is a very lovely home. Thank you very much for allowing me to enter." And he kind of looks around and he says, And he kind of looks and he says, "Is that Shrimp Scampi?" And Finn says, "Yes." And Ezekiel says, "It smells wonderful." He says, "I apparently have interrupted. If I might borrow Vera for just a few moments."
Yeah.
I look at V. You good?
He says, Your concern is very well appreciated."
She's family.
"Yes, literally of my blood."
Well, yes, I gathered that. I meant, you know what I meant.
He says,
I would do caught up on this thing.
Vera, he looks at you and he says, "Somewhat private."
Library.
Very well.
I glance to Pandora, then relax.
Tucks her ears, is like, oh.
Let's notice that.
Oh no!
You can. Wait. Make me a
And Vera wasn't
perception.
trying to hide that she had glanced towards Pandora.
Make me a perception. What else would be something a skill used for observation? Stealth, security.
The investigation.
Investigation. Good. Perception and investigation.
Nice. You fucked up because that's 7 dots.
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
What's my threshold?
Again.
Let's set it at 7.
All right. Only 3.
Only 3. You completely notice.
And like, in that very very Vulcan way, this complete eyebrow raise,
Mark.
and then just like
Sorry.
it just slips out. No, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
what?
Sorry.
No,
That was
no.
weird. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know why that happened. It was just still some residual from earlier.
We are not doing Spock again.
Spock was awesome.
So Finn is.
Spock was the best crew member.
Okay, yes, Star Trek is good and Spock is great, but dealing with it in person for like hours on end was horrifying, and I never want to deal with that again.
How do you think it felt being in it?
I am
Yeah,
so
Since
sorry.
they're arguing, Pandora's gonna go back to her chair and just like curl up.
Mark,
Like a little bagel.
you are literally starting to feel sore from slamming on water.
Okay. Alright. So when I come up for air this time,
Uh huh.
I'm gonna be like, alright, ultimate house hat trick. Teleport me to everybody else, dry, wearing clothes, and in my favorite chair.
You mother rat!
So, you are sitting in the chair from Emery's shop on top of something that is not the cushion.
What's underneath me?
It's fuzzy and it's big and it's probably gonna bite you in the ass.
Mark, I'm glad you're enjoying the house and all. You're sitting on Pandora.
Oh, well then the house did that, not me. I'm just gonna kind of stay where I'm at the moment.
Mark, in full clothes, you're 50 feet above the pool.
Oh.
I guess the house didn't like that Mark put the blame on.
You know, honestly, that would have been something I would have done.
Does the house have a gender, or should I just refer to them as they, them?
Finn kind of stops and is like, I've never really thought of it before. I usually just ask for what I want.
We all know that the pool's gender fluid.
Oh, man, really? Okay, that was.
Yeah.
Hold on, would they be a she? Like people call their cars their ladies and that kind of thing?
Maybe. Its name is Rose Red.
I've known a couple guys named Rose, so that doesn't really.
That doesn't work.
Doesn't really for me. I will just ask the house. Are you a boy house or a girl house, or are you neither?
A vase full of pink lilacs appears on the coffee table.
Lesbian house.
That doesn't really answer my question. I happen to like pink too, so.
So So the funny thing is, pink was originally for boys, and blue was originally for
Yep.
girls.
That's the truth. I look quite good in pink.
The stereo comes on, and
Don't disappoint me, Ray. Don't disappoint me, Ray.
Feels Like a Woman comes on.
I knew it was either gonna be that or No Doubts I'm Just a Girl. It's gonna be one
Only
of
girl in the world could have also been an option.
Yeah.
Also, yes.
Or More Modern Woman by Doja Cat.
Also, yes.
Oh.
Such a bop.
I'm still old though, so.
No, I'm
I
happy.
don't know. I think it would have been funny if the house drug it out and decided to do like "If I Were a Man" by Beyonce.
And then do
Keep the ambiguity.
Oh my god.
I mean, the longer the house could have dragged it out, the funnier it would have been. It would have been like, oh my
It was
god.
funny as hell.
All right.
Emrys will just bow. Pleasure to meet you, my lady.
And so
So weird.
so weird. The
It's only polite.
actually this time Finn he's from the kitchen. Finn's back in the kitchen somehow. And Finn says, "Okay, soup's on." And you see that at the island there's plates, there's 5 plates set out. Bowls of pasta, cup with some kind of amazingly smelling cream sauce, and wonderfully sautéed shrimps. The aromas of seasoning, spices, garlic, all wafting through the air.
Nice. I bring the bottle of absinthe with me over to the island table. Sit down. That's good.
Specifically
This smells
because
amazing.
Vera's in the library, Pandora's gonna return to her human form and go eat.
Finn looks over at you guys, and she's looks over at her and he kind of shakes his head, and he looks at Rosaline and he says, you know, as she's taking the first bite, and he says, "And how is it?"
Actually, I was gonna vibe check the food, make sure it wasn't enchanted or anything.
Oh, go right ahead.
Oh, that's so smart.
What do I need to roll?
Kenning and perception.
Difficulty?
7.
2 successes.
Not enchanted. Regular food.
Cool. I'm gonna eat it.
It is great. I mean, he's a good cook.
This is amazing.
He's like, no, thank you.
It's this is so good. Don't tell Alfred it's better than Alfred's.
And he kind of he holds out his hand to you, like in the courtly gesture, and he bows. Do you put your hand in his?
Yes.
He bows in the proper fashion, kisses the back of your hand, and it says, "We live to serve, ma'am." And memory just comes crashing back in.
Oh. Is it that one?
Yep. We are going to cut away to something that Em and I did earlier.
Time to mute y'all. And y'all get to watch it firsthand.
Actually, this is the cool thing is the way I set it up, no one has to mute because all your mics will be auto-muted. So, ladies and gentlemen, this will take about 20 minutes, I think. So, here we go. And you guys can only see it on the stream, unfortunately. Here it goes.
You were to your arranged marriage.
Yes.
You were in the household, and as part of this, the items from your household were surrendered to the custody of the court, which that normally means to the custody of the king, or whoever the king has ruled will be gaining the rewards for for the sacrifices you made, or being paid with those as in payment for whatever wrong or slight may have been done. So your items have been, your whole entire life is here. You have your studio in your home. You have a very luxurious home. You had a freeholding, so you had like stuff that went from into the dreaming from the real world. And so you had a wonderful life, but of course you also had to deal with the fact that you were at court, and that was something you were never comfortable with, as you said before. So when the arranged marriage situation came up and you stood against it, you had heard that the other participant in the marriage was just as against it as you were. And then what made you actually take that stand was he was against it, you were against it. You're both being told what the penalties would be. You had agreed to give up your title. You had agreed to give up your holdings in order to be allowed your freedom. When you did this, they sent a crew of people of changelings out to your state to begin cataloging everything and packing everything up. As part of that crew, there was a gentleman who was in charge. He was a knocker, not middle-aged, but he was probably a wilder, and he was sent there to basically supervise the groups and to give you access to someone who was a representative of the courts in case you had any questions about how everything was proceeding or anything like that. Of course, the real reason he was there is he was, pretty much playing babysitter, making sure that things didn't get out of hand. These situations have happened plenty of times, and they're never usually pleasant. He was very, very, very cold. Not cold. He was just doing his best to maintain a professional air. So he was very responsive to any questions you had. He would often ask you for information about pieces that he had on his roster, and he wanted to make sure he was taking the right items, because you are, of course, there's personal items that you acquired on your own that are not technically part of your estate, the bequeathment that the king gave you when he gave you your titles. But he's making sure he was doing his due diligence to make sure the personal pieces you had that were going with you were all found and made sure they were separated from the stuff that was staying with the estate.
Okay.
One of the things that had happened was anything you had that was enchanted, that had glamour enchanted into it and had any magical effects, was to be turned over, and that was pretty much the big penalty for you going against the will of the king. You would literally sacrifice almost all your magical paraphernalia. So as the crews are moving everything out and taking everything and loading it up on the U-Haul out front, this was the last few days of it, and he was supervising it, and you were in your salon, your studio that you had where you do most of your work and your art, your painting and everything like that. And as you were there, you saw one of the items that was going to be one of the hardest things you had to give up. There was a portable art chest, that had like a portable easel on it and everything like that. Just something for you to go take out to the field with you. It's a wooden case with an old leather strap. The case is beaten up, scratched up. You'd taken on many, many adventures. This was given to you by your mentor, and this was enchanted by your mentor to basically make sure that it never ran out of the basic supplies that were in it. So you would always have those supplies when you were out in the field and roaming around. That if the muse ever struck you, you could instantly just set something up and at least capture it for you temporarily. And the biggest thing about that situation is that your mentor was not a noble. They were not titled. For them, glamour was gotten from their dreamers that they inspired with their art. It was their entire life was based around creating and inspiring creation, and they lived the life of a starving artist. So the simple fact that they set aside money that they needed to survive in order to have this custom case made for you, and then B, also spent the time and the energy and the glamour to enchant it for you. As I said, it's not a super powerful enchantment as most enchantments with the Fae go, but it was just you knew what type of sacrifice they had to make in order to do this. So it made it a very significant gift for you. So as you're walking through the salon and going through it one more time and just kind of walking through it and seeing all the items that are being packed up and everything like that, you saw one of the men from the labor crew, which is like a bunch of freaking red caps and boggins and trolls and stuff like that. They basically, you see one of them pick it up.
Can you put that one down? I just need to check everything is in it before you take it.
He's like, oh, sorry, yes, miss, here, thank you for checking, we appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And he spins on his heel and just grabs something else and just walks off. I mean, it's obvious that all the workers have been making sure to defer to you almost constantly. They're doing their best to be polite. They're doing their best to be considerate. They know what you're going through with this, and so, or no, they have an idea. They've been through these type of situations before, and they know what the normal reaction to this is. So you basically have been doing your best to control your temper, to control your grief, actually. You're trying to put on a brave face. You've been doing everything you can not to break down. You're seeing your life being carted out away, but you also know that you're paying a price. So you've been using that to kind of steel your resolve and maintain a good showing, a good face. So what are you doing as you take the case and you kind of step to the side and are looking at the case? What are you doing with it?
She's running her fingertips along the etchings and every dent and gash, every beat up part of it, and then she just clicks it open and opens it one last time.
As always, when you open the case, it is all the items in there have been refreshed. You have your set of chalks. None of the chalks are broken or frayed as there normally is with someone who's constantly doing art. They're all brand new. Directly on the other side from that, you have multiple tubes of oils for paints. You have your blending palette that's completely clean. It never has any stains on it when you take it out of the case for the first time. You have multiple sets of brushes that have no wear. They're always rejuvenated and refreshed. And you also see in that the leather straps that hold them, the actual the brushes and the paint and the leather and the oil paints and everything in place. You also see on the leather strap there is words that are embossed in the leather, and when the strap is closed and latched, it says, "Never stop seeing the truth and beauty."
Oh, she is just gonna tear up just looking at it because it's going away, and she starts to close it.
As she begins closing it, she more feels than hears someone coming up behind her, and you hear the Seneschal's voice. He's got kind of the gravelly voice. you haven't heard him ever really raise his voice. It seems like every time he speaks, he just seems to get everyone's attention, and they snap to. So you know that whatever position he holds, it has some authority to it. But as he walks up behind you, he says, "Is that that seems to be a very valued item to you?"
She straightens her back, quickly wipes her eyes, turns around, paints a smile. Seneschal, I did not hear you walk up behind me.
I apologize if I startled. It was not my intent.
It's an art case.
I know these are less than, but this is a horrible situation, and the men have expressed to me many times during all this that they have been conscripted to do other jobs such as this in other situations. Most of them have, and they told the others who hadn't that this was going to be a nightmare. This was going to be horrible, because they understood what they were taking from you, even though it's not their choice to do so. And they've all mentioned to me more than once that you have been incredibly gracious and considerate, even though you're the one who's being made to suffer. There isn't really a way to put a value on this. Their place is one that lacks authority. They're subjects of the king, they're vassals. They live their ordinary lives, and for them, being called to court to perform a duty is usually a punishment. And trust me, I assure you, none of them want to be here doing this, but they expressed to me how much they wanted you to know how much they appreciated it, and they wanted to know if there was anything that could be done to show that appreciation. I know what you have been called on to give up.
Mm-hmm.
I also know that something that may be as precious as this, overall, this is a very simple item. The enchantments on it were placed just as a convenience. This is not a relic. This is not a reliquary. This is a simple gift that someone made for you that obviously meant a lot to you and to them. Some items like this could easily be left off the roster.
Even though it is enchanted, it isn't my punishment all enchanted items be taken from my home. I'm sorry, no longer my home.
And he kind of almost winces when you say that. And he says, I understand, yes. The letter of the law states that the decree was you were to leave this with only the magics that you would come into this with, which means you carried no enchanted items with you when you leave here. And he kind of like, he walks over and he puts his hand on the case where you left it sitting, and he says, there is absolutely, and he picks up the case and he starts walking out of the solar, and he kind of looks back over his shoulder and he kind of like nudges his head for you to follow him.
She'll follow. She's a little suspicious.
He says, there's no way that I would ever defy the will of the king. And he takes the case and he walks towards the front door, which is standing open because they're constantly moving stuff in and out of it. And he walks across the threshold and he sets the box down outside the door. And he says, therefore, you never took this item out of your home.
What do you want from me? And before you say nothing, everything has a cost.
As I said, I take my job here seriously, not just because I am doing the will of the king. No matter what my opinion is of the decrees he makes, I am a seneschal of the court, and it is my duty to uphold those rulings. But I'm also the man who is in charge of making sure that these men working here are protected from repercussions that might happen because of their activities. And as I was saying to you, these men have let it be known that they have not felt that fear. They have not felt that trepidation that their being a part of this work crew might affect them negatively in the future. They've all remarked on your graciousness, and they've all remarked on your kindness. And I think that into and of itself would be more than payment for this small kindness in return.
I'm treating people how people deserve to be treated.
You would not be surprised to learn that many nobles and she are very much have a very set and fixed idea of what people deserve or don't deserve. It is something that I do not wish to see.
No.
But it's something that I get to see quite often. I wish no ill will towards you. I wish nothing more than to try and pay the consideration and kindness you show to those who are in our society beneath you. You could not have been faulted for ranting and raving and cursing and maybe even literally cursing those who sought to take from you what was once rightfully yours. And you did none of those things.
Things can be replaced.
Things can be replaced, but many times arrogance wins out over humility and anger over humanity. And
This is the most I have heard you talk since you've been here.
It was not my place to speak. But this duty is almost at an end. And your actions have struck a chord in me that I cannot ignore, not consider myself a Fae of honor. As I said, it is not my place to question the ruling of a king, but it is my place to determine the merit and value of all things that the king has decreed be removed from this place. And he says, and he pulls out the roster, and he says, and this, and you see him, he just like takes out a pen, he pulls out a clipboard, he pulls out a pen, and this mundane art case, you see him erasing something, has no value other than as a personal item. And since this is a gift from someone, I don't think there's any reason you should not take it with you.
So this isn't gonna bite me in the rear later, or any of the workers.
If it bites anyone, it would be me. And I would say that if this were to come back, it would be very easy to argue that there was a small clerical error in the documentation, and that I, supervising such a large crew, may have overlooked one item, but that the significance of that item made it so that even if it ever came to light, it would not be anything that there could be any real repercussions for. And if there are, it would be mine to bear. I do not seek to pass down my decisions on others and allow them to suffer for my actions.
Interesting. If it were anybody else, you would be throwing me under the bus right now.
As a seneschal, As a seneschal, in the duties of a seneschal, I am not a court favorite, so I really don't have any reason to try and garner favor. My position is here to serve the will of the king and to mete out his justice. Today's or this situation is just something that I can do to try and make sure that there is some small modicum of justice. And as he's saying that, they bring out the last of the big pieces out of the house. He kind of looks over and he says, "It is, the sun grows low and my men have completed their work." And he says, "I wish you safe travels." And I hope that every sacrifice you had to make pays you dividends times 10. And he kind of and he bows deeply and he says, "I will make sure that the men are all out of the building. You can leave whenever you like."
I'll probably leave shortly after you do. There's no point in me being here.
Very well. He says, "In that case, again, if we had met in better circumstances, it would have been an honor." He says, "As it is, I am still honored. It's just not the way I would have rather this meeting take place." Oh well. I can tell that you will, as the kids say, you will be all right. It is
I know
what
I
it
will.
is. And he kind of turns on his heel and he starts walking over to the trucks. And you see him, he's giving some instructions to the guys as they're loading up, getting the last of the stuff in the trucks and they're closing the doors. He walks over to a large gray sedan that has a driver in the front. He kind of like opens the rear door and he kind of looks back at you. And he kind of like raises one eyebrow and then he nods to you once. And he says, "And after all that effort, don't forget it." And it's sitting.
I won't.
The case is sitting like right by your foot. He climbs into the back of the car. The trucks all pull out ahead of him. The sedan starts pulling out ahead behind the trucks, and as the sedan is going like out through down the gravel driveway and out through the courtyard, right before it turns onto the path, this driveway winds down to the main road. Right as going back, you see that he's looking back at you, and he turns around and sits forward, and where there was the short cropped hair of the knocker, for one brief second you see a shining golden mane of hair, but it could have been glinting off the light because it's very bright and very shiny.
She'll look down at her foot. Brisket, we're leaving.
Brisket pops up. His little pouch is bulging.
Alright, what did you take?
He looks up at you, and he puts one hand on his chest, as if to indicate, indignation. And he puts another palm on his forehead, and he looks up at you, and he just holds his hands out, falls to his knees. Then he kind of like looks up at you sheepishly, and he reaches in his pouch, and he like pulls out a wallet. Pulls out another wallet.
Did you take the workers' wallets?
He kind of like drops those 2 wallets. And
What else?
He reaches in and he pulls out another wallet.
Brisket, I told you not to steal from the workers.
He pulls out a very, very pretty watch.
She'll take the watch.
Brisket picks up. You reach down and take the watch from him. I mean, he like hangs on to it, and
Let me see it.
Finally, it's like, let's go. And he's like, he starts, and he sits down. And he starts going through the wallets, and he starts like taking out the cash and laying it aside, and taking out the credit cards. He throws the wallet over his shoulder.
She's gonna look at the watch.
Okay. So the watch is number one. Just from your native ability to ken, this watch is infused with glamour. It has 3 smaller time faces and 1 time face that is reading, and the 1 major time face in the front. The first time face, the larger time face, reads the normal time of day where you're at. Mm-hmm. The other time faces, instead of reading like other like time zones, which is normally the case for these smaller time faces, the first one is obviously it gives the local time reference in the near dreaming. The reason that's significant is you will know what you're stepping into, what time of day you're stepping into in the near dreaming, because time doesn't work relative to the actual real world in the dreaming at all. So you could be stepping into the dreaming and stepping into night from noon. So you will know what you're stepping into when you step into the near dreaming. The next one at the top gives the actual time and date in Concordia, which is called the Kingdom of Apples, which is up in the northeastern United States and is where the king's seat normally is and where the High Palace is. Mm-hmm. And that also is based in the dreaming. It's not in the near dreaming. It's a little bit deeper than that, and so time also flows differently there. And so it gives the time in Concordia. And the last one gives the time and locations, not time and locations, gives the time of the next cycle for the infusing of the moon, which is basically for a lot of casters is when they'll do their most potent rituals to enhance glamour and retrieve glamour from different, methods, not really from dreamers, but more like from natural sources, like balefires and stuff like that. It lets you know when those conjunctions are happening, so you'll know when your balefire burns the brightest.
Do I recognize who had this watch, if at all?
It would be probably someone who is either very, very, very well connected to have earned a gift like this, or someone who be some kind of family heirloom passed down.
Brisket, who'd you take this from?
Brisket looks up at you and he's like, kind of like,
did you take it from the Seneschal? The guy with the clipboard? Oh! Boy!
He goes like this, and he holds up like 4 or 5 credit cards.
Let's call Alfred, and we're getting out of here.
He reaches into his pouch, and he pulls out 2 cell phones.
She holds hers up.
He puts the cell phones back in his pouch.
No. She's like, take everything that you've stolen out of your pouch.
he starts just pulling things out of his pouch, and he just keeps on pulling things out of his pouch.
She'll find a plastic bag, put everything
More
in it.
than that was probably on the people who came here.
Yeah.
So, and you've always known that Brisket's pouch is kind of like it is
never ends.
Well, it does end, but it's not natural. It's like a bag of holding. It holds way more than it should.
Yep. She's just getting a plastic bag, put everything in it. She'll pull out a piece of paper and write in like ink from her art kit. It's like, apologies, you all left these here, and stick it on the mailbox.
Stick it on the mailbox. All right. So about that time, I'm assuming you just texted.
As best as she could.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So the car comes pulling around and stops, and he gets out and he walks around and opens the door for you. And
she picks up her art case and heads to the car.
He comes in the car, and she gets set on the back seat, and he jumps around to the driver's seat. He kind of looks in the rearview mirror and he says, "And where are we going, ma'am?"
Well, do you know anywhere that's good this time of year?
Good in what manner?
Somewhere we can settle.
Well, the art scene in Seattle is amazing, from what I understand. Very bohemian.
Well, let's go check out Seattle. Do they have good coffee?
Yes, ma'am. It's the best.
Let's go.
He's like, "We will be there in hours." And with that, the car pulls out.
She starts crying. She finally lets it go.
And as a good driver and basically butler does, he does not even let on that he notices. The only thing he does do is he hands over a box of Kleenex over the back seat.
Thank you, Alfred.
He's like, "Yes, ma'am." And that
Brisket, get out of my purse.
You see Brisket. He's climbing. He's like, he pulls his head out of your purse, and he's like got your lipstick in his mouth.
That's not your color, buddy.
And he like takes his lipstick, he unscrews it out. He like tries to put some on his lips, but he doesn't really have lips.
His beak? Puts it on his beak.
So that's and then he looks up at you and he like, you swear he's tried it before, but he basically tries to smile.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Seattle, buddy.
And he jumps up on your lap and he spins around 3 or 4 times and he lays down.
Oh.
I imagine frantically unmuting everywhere. Everyone else needs to unmute too. Oh. So.
You okay, Milagros?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you know, his lips are still pressed to the back of your hand, and you snap back, and he kind of looks at you, and he has a very odd look on your face, and he kind of like quickly just turns around and goes like fiddling with the pots and pans.
Is that what you apologized for earlier?
And he kind of like stops and he looks around at everyone else there, and he kind of says, he looks over. He's still facing like the stovetop, and he says, "There's a lot of things I had to apologize for."
Were we able to see all of that, or was that just memory for her?
Actually,
I'm assuming it was memory from her. Because, like, we weren't there.
I think it's just her memory.
Okay.
Also, he has stuff to apologize for. Cool. So I'd like an itemized list, please. Sure.
He says,
Pandora. That's
He says, this is all this. All you suffered. All you sacrificed. Had I been truly a man of conviction, I would have made those sacrifices. I would have been the one to stand up and say that this is not what I wanted. Unfortunately, you proved yourself to be more honorable than me. You stayed true to yourself.
That says a lot from somebody from your house.
Speaks even more highly of someone from yours.
Yeah, don't you know we're all liars?
No, you're all secret keepers. There's a huge difference.
Mm.
And we're all brutes. And bumpkins.
As they're having this conversation, Emrys takes a sip of his absinthe and he looks over at her, just having no idea what just transpired between the two of them.
Oh God.
You know she's too good for you, right?
Thank you. Somebody said it.
He looks over at Emrys and he gets this very soft, knowing smile on his face. Oh boy. Hi guys, thank you very much for the raid, Vampiric Touchy NT. Hi guys. We are actually just getting ready to wrap up as well. But Finn gets a kind of a soft smile and he looks over at you and he says, "You have absolutely no idea how well I know that."
Good. Make it count. And he sits back. And
Are you drunk? Are you drunk?
I'm a little buzzed. But
Thank you very much for following Vampiric Touchy NT.
Just let me know when you start seeing the hallucinations.
real absinthe doesn't do that.
If it has wormwood in it, yes, it does.
And Finn kind of goes, and if it's been sitting around in a house infused with glamour for years, yeah,
Yep.
kind of does.
Right.
Who knows what the hell you're gonna see?
Fun.
Yeah.
What did I tell you when we... What was the first rule I said?
Don't eat or drink anything?
That I don't give you.
Right. Well, it's been a day, hasn't it?
It really has.
Without a
look at
shadow
them.
of
We'll
any
continue
doubt.
that. She'll look at them. We'll continue this conversation later.
Oh God. Vera drank blood that this house has produced for. Oh boy, that's concerning.
Ben kind of looks around and he says, "You know, I honestly don't think that's going to be our biggest worry right now."
Fair.
No.
Fair.
Also, where is Mark?
He got dropped off in the pool, fully clothed.
I feel like
And
Mark
then
is just.
disappeared.
I feel like Mark dripping wet is rubbing on everything.
God.
I figured after that last one, he was like laying flat in the pool, going, "I kind of deserve that."
I mean, I just picture him just like at the bottom of the
Posture
pool,
check.
like, okay, fine. Like I'll just stay down here.
Can you breathe underwater?
I can't breathe underwater, but I can hold my breath for a very long time.
Oh, God.
He is
And-
drowning. He is
And I
drowning.
might be able to
Where Mark
regenerate
is
the
drowning.
drowning effect. I'm not really sure.
You are coming so with me.
God.
And I love you.
Okay, so Finn kind of looks around. He says, "It has been a very long evening." He says, "Let Vera know. All she has to do is go to the door directly across from hers. She'll find the stairs down to the cellar, the same ones we came out of." He says, "There has been places prepared, and they're sealed and safe." He says,
Thank you.
"If she needs anything, she just has to ask. Literally." Oh, and just tell her to ignore the Slua. He spends all day, playing World of Warcraft.
Ah. My kind of slew.
He came with the house. He says, "In the meantime, I think that I've had about all I can take for today." He kind of looks at Rosaline. He kind of gets a quizzical look on his face, and he says, "If anyone needs me," and he looks particularly over everyone, over Rosaline's head. He says, "My room is the last door at the end of that hall." And he says, "There's wine, there's mead, there's a song for every deed. But this song has sung its last, until the morrow comes again. Fare you all well." And he walks down the hallway.
Emery's Don't You Dare.
No idea what.
Thank you.
So I think that's a good place to end for the evening, because we're way later than normal. Is everyone okay?
Yes.
Oh,
Quick
yes.
spoons check. Is everyone's spoon still okay?
Spoon's good.
Spoon's good.
Good
Excellent. Well, thank you all very much for being with us tonight. Thank you for the raid. That was wonderful. Vampiric Touch ENT. Thank you so much for that. Remember, we are doing tons of different giveaways right now. Those of you who are from Vampiric Touch ENT, if you have not followed us yet, please do, because all of our followers are automatically entered to win this. This is our D&D core box set this is the special edition, so it has the foil covers, Player's Guide, Monsters Manual, DMG, plus the GM screen. We're going to give this away when we hit 1,000 followers here on Twitch, and we're at 685. We're quickly building up to 1,000. As soon as we hit 1,000, we're going to give this away to one follower. You need to do nothing else. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to do anything else. Just give us a follow, and you'll be automatically entered to win. Now, also, we have every show we give away a mini. Now, we're changing things up on this giveaway a little bit, but for the most part, what we do is we put minis up. Where'd the minis go? Oh, there it is. We put the minis up at break every single show. We put the set of minis we're giving away from on the screen. This is the set we're giving away from right now. This is from Archvillain Games. These are 3D printable minis that I print out and give away to one person every show. At the break, we put this picture up. Everyone during the break, picture stays up during the break. Everyone during the break votes on which mini they want to be given away. And then they basically we come back, and it's a lottery, so you have to put a hashtag, exclamation point command in chat. You put that command in, you're entered for a chance to win. We draw the winner. We come back from break, and we send the mini out. They don't come painted or anything like that. They just come printed out, still on the sprues, but they're ready to go. And if you know how to paint minis, amazing project. These are incredible sculpts. Also, we're putting a modifier on the actual contest. If we get a hype train during the show, we will give away Adamal, the Seneschal of Orcus, which is that tall mini on the right with the flaming staff. If we complete a hype train during the show, we're giving away Orcus. which is the giant mini in the middle. So if you guys want a chance to win that, all you have to do is, it's bits. You donate bits. You donate subs, stuff like that. And if we, like I said, if we complete a hype train, we will give away Orcus. And I'm printing him out right now, so I'll have one to show on the show soon. Because I'm printing one out for me, but I'm gonna print one out for you too. And also, finally, last thing is on TikTok. TikTok is our kind of little home away from home. On TikTok, we are doing a giveaway as well. We're doing this 3D printed, and they're doing the Macarena. I come back to them doing the Macarena. We're giving away this 3D printed Wizard's Tower. This is 4 stories tall. This is about 9 inches wide, 11 inches tall overall. And this tower breaks down. It can be disassembled into separate parts, and it has a front door that opens and closes. It has a hatch in the roof that opens and closes. It comes with a staircase for every level. It comes unassembled, unpainted, so you have to assemble it and paint it yourself, but it comes with everything you need to do so. And we'll give this away when we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, and we are at 890 something, so we are like getting really close to that. Now you can find all the links to everything I just mentioned in our link tree, which is right there. Go give us a follow on our socials. Help us out. Help us grow. Dinner and a Game will be at Gen Con this year, where we're debuting a lot of stuff that we're getting ready to launch, and we want you guys to be part of that family. If you're going to Gen Con, we're going to try and set up a meetup. You can go to the Discord for more information on that. If you're not going to Gen Con, come join us for the show. At Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table. Just be careful. Wear a mask. It's still out there. Just be safe. We want you to come back and enjoy the show. We want you to come back and be part of the family. And everyone, of course, is going to have to do the Macarena from now on. So, who do we want to raid? If there's anyone even still on.
Best scene?
Oh, shit. I totally forgot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, ladies and gentlemen, one thing we also do is we vote for best scene of the show. And whoever gets best scene of the show gets an extra XP. In White Wolf, you usually give an average of 3 XP per game. We put this in so the cast and the audience can decide if they had a favorite scene and vote for it. So, let's go ahead and run through this real fast. M was responsible enough to remind me that I was shirking my duties, so M can go first.
I'm sorry, just Mark in the pool. I'm sorry. Just Mark in the pool.
That was hilarious.
So, 1 vote for hyperfixated Mark and the pool.
Yep.
All right. Since Mark got a vote, Jonathan?
I'm going to go with Vera, parenting Pandora.
The Vera and Pandora in the library gets a vote from Mark. Thank you. Vera, you got a vote, so you're up next, Ivy.
I'm gonna say Pandora turning into a dog. I guess I can't talk to you. I'll just act like a puppy.
I'll just be an emotional support animal.
Excellent. So that goes over to you, Pandora. Milagros, what was your favorite scene?
Oh man, this was so fun. I don't. Honestly, my first instinct, the first person I want to vote for, is Ezekiel. But
Ezekiel?
Because he's just you. So I'm also gonna go for Mark, hyperfixated on the pool.
Okay. And
so good.
And Sphinx, you're wrapping it up.
Oh man, I hate to be the one to do this, but I'm gonna be the one that brings a tie in with the Vera and Pandora scene.
All right. So I am a tiebreaker unless anyone in chat has a vote. Anyone who's been here tonight and seen it. If you don't, I'll give it a count of 3 and then I'll vote a tiebreaker. So 3, 2, 2.5, because I know there's a really long pause between chat and the thingy. That's enough. 1. All right. So I am going to probably take Vera and Pandora in the library. And because the scene wouldn't have worked without both of them participating, we'll give them both the bonus.
Nice.
So that was really good, guys. Thank you so much. Thank everyone. It was an amazing game. As always, not a single fucking dice rolled. Wait, did we roll any dice? Yes, we did roll a couple dice.
Yeah.
We rolled dice a couple times. And during the game, we were hyper fixated on story. So if you want more of this, come back and join us. Tomorrow night, we're doing Kingdoms of Mist, which is our D&D 5e actual play. Both Milagros and Sphinx are on that one. And we will be joined by Sam and Cassie, as well as Aom, or Rob from... oh my gosh, it's really late.
The lab.
The Lab Experience in Gaming. And... we will see you guys tomorrow night for that. We'll see you in 1 week here. Has anyone thought of anyone to raid?
Let's see. Patrick Lawler's up. ADH Adventure is up.
USP is up, and they're doing D&D.
Who is?
Yep, USP.
Oh, UST is up?
Uh-huh.
Alright, let's go ahead and give them a fly. Actually, we raided them last week. Didn't we?
Tails is up.
Let's go, because Sam's on there and he's going to be on tomorrow night. Let's go raid ADH Adventures.
Cool.
Alright.
Oh,
Sam
yeah.
and Cassie.
Cass, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to give ADH Adventures a raid. Remember, whenever you're watching a stream, we're all small streamers unless you're watching, like, whoever, you know, Critical Role, Dimension 20. We're all small streamers. We really appreciate it when people follow us to let us know how much they enjoy the shows. And make sure you tell them Dinner in a Game sent you. We're going to go raid them. Be loud. Type it up in chat. Let them know where you came from. And let them know that you appreciate what they do to help give you guys some entertainment and love. And we will see you guys tomorrow night for Kingdoms of Mist and in 1 week for Emerald Sanctums. We love you all. Have a good night. Why is the start raid button start the counter over again?
Because they want
I
to
don't
be
know.
mean.
I know, just like, okay, here we go. Bye!
Anyone else get Strong, the Vampire Armand, or Antonio Banderas as the Vampire Armand?
Yeah.
Yes, my Spanish accent is just literally me trying to be Antonio Banderas.
Legit.
That's all it is. That's it. That's all. My wife just cackled from the bedroom. All right.